Attention all entrepreneurs and companies. Are you looking for reliable and efficient virtual assistants and back office support to help you manage your business tasks? Look no further than Superwoman Business Services. Our team of virtual assistants provides a full range of administrative support services, including operations management, social media marketing, and much more. We also offer website design services to help you create a professional online presence that reflects your unique brand. In addition to administrative support and website design, we offer business development and structuring services to help you grow your business and achieve your goals. We'll work closely with you to identify areas of improvement and develop a customized plan to help you reach your full potential. At Superwoman Business Services, we understand that running a business can be overwhelming and time-consuming. That's why we're here to help you fly high and achieve success. Our virtual assistants are highly skilled, experienced, and dedicated to providing you with the support you need to thrive. Come fly with us and take your business to new heights. Let us help you become the superhero entrepreneur you are meant to be. Contact Superwoman Business Services today to learn more about our back office support services. Come fly with us and take your business to new heights.
I am a child of the Most High God. He has gifted me in ways that I could not even imagine and didn't know.
There was a time when I didn't know who I was. I listened to other people tell me who I should be, what I should do. I listened to people telling me that I should be a boutique owner, that I should be a construction manager, that I should be a laborer. Have you ever felt like you should do something else, be something else, go somewhere else, be wherever you wanted to be, and you felt like you were in a box? Anybody in the room? And you couldn't get out. Anybody in the room? And you kept trying to go and you couldn't get out. Anybody in the room? But let me tell you, you need to rock the box. Rock the box.
I am engaging, inspiring, and empowering. I would give you everything I know. Just by touching you, if I could, by osmosis, give you every single thing I've learned, I've gone through, I know I would. We know that's not possible, but as it is possible, I love to share information with people.
Some of you out there, people have told you that you can't be, you can't have, you can't do. But I will tell you, like Kingston said, you can, you must, and you will. If it's to be, it's going to be me. You got to say it. If it's to be, it's going to be. If it's to be, it's going to be. If it's to be, it's going to be.
Barbara is because she believed what her mama said about her and not what other people told her.
Every day you wake up, when you're in a situation, it's your choice whether it's an advantage or the disadvantage.
She gained her confidence and her life, and now she is a testimony.
If I can help you elevate yourself, then I feel like I'm elevating my own self as well. What you know and I know together can change the world.
La connexion. BU. La connexion. BU.
In a world obsessed with the cult of celebrity, I challenge you not to aspire to anyone else's greatness, but instead strive to reveal and ignite the greatness within you.
Are you serious?
I totally think that's it.
Hey.
No!
Hey! To me, sexy is a man that knows who he is and what he wants. He's comfortable. You look at him, you see him, he's just comfortable being himself. And you're like,
Baby, be you.
be you, baby.
Just be you. I like it. Introducing the BU collection, exclusively available at K&G Fashion Superstore.
Attention all entrepreneurs.
In the heart of America, there are dreams waiting to be realized. Dreams of owning a home, creating a haven for families, and building a future. Yet, there are 13 million mortgage-ready home buyers and nearly 20 million renter households who have the credit and income to qualify for a mortgage but remain left out of the home buying process. These potential home buyers are in urban and rural America, where dreams should flourish. The big banks, the giants of finance, have all exited the mortgage lending business, decreasing their lending footprints across America. They are no longer present and active in these communities. Instead of offering opportunities for home ownership, some of these banks have chosen a different path. They have decided to become mega landlords. They have chosen to invest billions of dollars in rental homes, leaving potential home buyers with fewer options and stuck in a cycle of renting without the chance to build equity and create a legacy for their families. Here is the shocking truth. A report issued by the Home Ownership Council of America revealed that if lenders were to step forward and serve this underserved market, they could conservatively increase their loan volume by $1.5 trillion. $1.5 trillion. This is a $1 trillion business opportunity, ripe for the taking. That's why I Have a Dream Home is here. We support the American dream of home ownership in urban and rural America. We believe in the power of social consciousness and the impact it can have on people's lives. Investing in urban and rural America is not just good business sense. It's a moral imperative. Our mission is clear. Become the go-to mortgage lender in these communities. Create a pathway to home ownership for all Americans, breaking the cycle of poverty by empowering families to build wealth, stabilizing our communities, and taking pride in our country. I Have a Dream Home. Unlocking dreams, transforming communities, and rewriting the story of American home ownership. For more information, scan the QR code or visit our website at www.ihaveadreamhome.gold.
Did you know that our black dollar only lasts for 6 hours in our community? Yet other communities, their dollars last for 19 to 30 days.
The Black Wall Street Nation. Black Wall Street Nation. Yes, that's why we created the Black Wall Street Nation. Black Wall Street Nation is a centralized directory available to all black businesses across the world. It was created for businesses like you, the ones that want to start and the ones who have a dream that have already started, such as businesses like Drop in a Bucket Productions, Valito Foods, Sugar Tea Branding Firm, All the Dazzle, Bun Cakeaholic, Miss Riot, and you. We'll have marketing, seminars, and some funding coming soon just for you. So, we want you to come and join us. www.blackwallstreetnation.com. See you there.
What if you could build your own city? A place where every child can find nurturing people to help them achieve their full potential. A place where every adult can access job training support. Where health education is abundant. Where social justice ruled the land. A place without limitations. Welcome. You have arrived at STEM City, USA. It is what every city should be. A safe and trusted community where you find people and resources to help you become everything you are and beyond. STEM City is unlike anything you have ever experienced. It is a digital twin of the world around you, only better. STEM City is about energy and soul renewal. It is more than a digital world. You can almost feel the power of live cultural events, music, and theater. STEM City promises a better future for children with caring mentors and hands-on activities with dedicated tutors to support our youth. STEM City is your passport to a healthy lifestyle with weekly events addressing our community's many issues. STEM City is your financial well-being with helpful information on wealth management, career advancement, job training, and so much more. STEM City is the community you deserve. It is the city where your dreams can come true. STEM City USA, a place in the sky that is accessible to all who reach for the stars.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black business. I am Black business. Tell me, are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo. One of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black business.
Why do I do what I do? You know, my life coach asked me that a few years ago. And she said, Tony, what's your why? And I told her, and she said, girl, you've already accomplished that. Perhaps you need a new why.
Hi, Tony Harris, Amy Hoydu with Say It Said Marketing, one of your students. And just wanted to say thank you, Tony Harris, for spending so much time with me and giving me that boost in my business that I so drastically needed.
is to touch, move, and inspire my clients to take drastic steps to be better than they were before they met me. I'm a resource. I'm a connector. I want to help people build deeper relationships that are beneficial to their life and business. That's what I do best.
So, first thing you got to do is show up. And speaking is a way to magnetically attract your ideal client to you.
How many of you use social media that way? Absolutely. And this is how you look to the world.
Drastic steps are the steps that are needed to be successful. And my business is drastic denotes a mindset. Getting out of your comfort zone. Doing something that you don't necessarily feel comfortable doing, want to do, but you know it's a necessary step to be successful in your business.
I get the most satisfaction when I see my connections flourishing into relationships long after I am gone.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Augustine with Media Jasmine, and I've joined several networking and referral groups in the area. And Network in Action Northeast Houston with Tony Harris Taylor is one of the best organizations that I've joined.
I love that piece of what I do, and it is what fuels my fire. My name is Tony Harris Taylor, saying take a drastic step today for a fantastic tomorrow.
Prepare for what's coming and dominate in economic winter. Stand strong and thrive by showcasing your great products and services globally through the Black Business Network and Black Business Olympics. The Black Business Network has showcased over 2,000 companies with over $7 billion in sales each year. Over 10 million attendees have viewed the rebroadcast each month. Through the Black Business Olympics, unique styles of business training and mentoring are turning students into business owners and entrepreneurial warriors who will dominate in any economy. Gain the ultimate advantage of the Black Business Olympics, 7 days of unbelievable topics and speakers speaking around the globe. Donate your time and experience to provide expertise and scholarships to students worldwide and change the world. Now, more than ever, new insights, tools, strategies, and capabilities are needed. This is your chance for a major presentation to the world. Fill out the form and join the more than 2,000 speakers who have presented to over 200 countries. Join the Black Business Network streaming live into the Metaverse, STEM City, Black Multiverse Enterprises, Hulu, Amazon, YouTube, iHeartRadio, Apple, Facebook, LinkedIn, Pod TV, IBM TV, Spotify, and Google Podcasts. Sign up today. Spaces are limited, and we will see you there.
Phenomenal Tanya T. Wise, who is here from the great state of Maryland. Tanya, welcome and thank you for being with us today. Can you indulge our audience a little bit and tell them just a little bit more about who you are and what it is that you do?
Well, I love being able to talk to people and have a magnetic attitude, being able to just show them. So I always like to say, level up is Coach at Tanya T. Wise here.
So can you tell our audience, just give them a teaser about what your presentation will be about?
So my philosophy is that we should all be living our dream life. So tomorrow I'm going to talk about how you start living your dream life. What are some of the things that you thought about in your childhood that you just kind of let go and dormant?
Wow.
And I want to reignite that and just give you some pointers and some tips, some tools, some strategies to be able to start living your best life now. And guess what, Rhonda? And leave an inheritance for your legacy.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I know that's resonating with a lot of people. I've heard that you have a dynamic coaching program. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Absolutely. So our coaching program help people that have the lack of time, that lack strategies, and lack the confidence to go after their dream life. So we help them implement tools, we help them implement strategies, as well as give them resources so that they can live their best life now and leave that inheritance.
Wow. Oh, I love that. I love the leave the inheritance part. Listen, you are dropping some major nuggets, and I know a lot of what you're saying is resonating with a lot of people, but I think we're all curious. How did you even make this transition into the speaking and coaching arena? What's the story behind this?
So I started out in finance, and I realized that a lot of people don't necessarily go after their dream life because of the lack of finances or the education behind finances. But it wasn't until I lost my firstborn, my only son, that life changed for me. And where I was going after it all, living the corporate life, hit my 6-figure income and living in my dream house with my dream man, driving my dream car. I nearly lost it all when I lost my son. And so I realized it only takes one financial catastrophe that can change your entire life. That's what made me start All New Beginnings. Because no matter what's going on in life, there's a new beginning. And because of that, we develop a program called Wise Minded. My little slogan is, don't just dream it, let's live it.
If they want to connect with you or work with you, what is the best ways for them to be able to do that?
Well, for my social media guru, you can connect with me on every single social media platform as Tanya T. Wise.
I'd like you to imagine with me, if you will, opening an app where you can collaborate with like-minded individuals from around the world, get inspiration and in-app tools to launch and grow your business, as well as share your knowledge and earn compensation, all in one app. Well, the name of that app is Truso, short for Truly Social. Hi, I'm Matthew Newman, the founder and CEO of Truso. A new concept in social media, Truso is designed from the ground up to be a platform that's both social and empowering for all its users. How exactly do we do that? I'm glad you asked. First, Truso brings the world together via video. Psychologists assert that video provides a significantly more effective connection than audio only. When you enter a community on Truso, you're face-to-face. Second, on Truso, you don't have to have 1 million followers to monetize. Our business model allows all hosts and moderators to monetize, no matter the size of your following, by 1, producing fee-based content, and 2, inviting others to join the platform as subscribers. Even more, Truso has an in-app resource library with over 100 free resources, forms, and documents to help you build your brand and grow your business. Third, Truso is inclusive. The deaf and hard of hearing communities make up 360 million people worldwide. Unlike audio-only apps, Truso embraces this community, providing a networking platform that allows them to participate via video and closed captioning. We even have a deaf and hard of hearing foundation in the works as well. Fourth, Truso is both social and safe. We refer to Truso as a virtual extension of the beauty shop, barbershop, and brainchild of the community. A place where there's laughter, along with wisdom, growth-oriented conversation, and genuine connections in a safe space. Truso even has proprietary security to ensure we maintain a safe environment for everyone. Where are we at now? Truso is live, y'all. We've launched in beta and we're acquiring users daily. We have an incredible development and marketing team, plus amazing celebrity influencers at the table, helping us spread the word around the globe, beginning within the African diaspora and beyond by creating a safe space for growth, connection, and collaboration. We're truly excited about Truso. we've created something special for which there is a global market. And we invite you to embark on this journey with us as a shareholder. The future for Trousseau is truly bright. Join us and let's go there together.
How many times have you been asked to help someone you didn't even know, a student, a business entrepreneur? Or did you ever even ask, where did they end up? That business, that friend, that entrepreneur. Well, just maybe they ended up in a gang, bankrupt, homeless, or worse, dead. Maybe they turned to crime, drugs, and alcohol. Did you ever wonder? Did you destroy their dream, or was your life always so easy? At the Black Business Olympics, we started a movement to help students complete. Give them hope and foster success. Help them to leave their dreams of providing laptops, computers, and up to $5,000 in scholarship funds. Today, we ask you to help a student, a business owner, or an entrepreneur to realize their dream by sponsoring them, supporting them, and buying from them. Consider this. With $1.6 trillion in our Black community, we only ask for a small donation for our students, our businesses, and our entrepreneurs. And you can change a life today. So I ask you, what are you going to do? Sit on the sideline and watch our students in high school be leaders, miss out on their dream from lack of resources? Or are you going to donate to the movement and change their future and yours as well? Give us a call today at 919-308-9090. Change their life by investing with action to the Black Business Olympic Fund. The Black Business Olympics, one of the largest business showcases of Black business in the history of the world.
Hello, my name is Kiasi Helm and I'm 14 years old. I think my genius would probably have to be setting goals and achieving them. I say this because ever since I was young, I always wanted to be an author, and at age 11, I ended up achieving this. But not only did I end up becoming an author, I ended up becoming a public speaker, a publisher, a business owner, all these great things. The name of my business is Written by Kids Publishing Company. I decided to start this company because I thought it was important for me to help kids my age express themselves through literacy and just achieve their own goals. Because to me, achieving goals is the best thing in the world to feel. It's you just achieving things and aspirations that you set for yourself. And I know that everybody is capable of this because even if you don't end up achieving the goal, you still tried your best, and that's the most important thing. And everybody is capable of this because genius is common. Thank you.
Over the past few years, we've seen the growth of existing and new initiatives focused on financial inclusion, building global networks, and reducing the wealth gap in response to the idea there's not enough seats at the table. Whether their outcomes are to increase the representation of Black executives on corporate boards, ensure an inclusive global economy, or to create new U.S. African commercial pathways, the strategies are often carried out by separate programs. The question is, should they be? With the continent of Africa being home to more than half of the world's fastest growing economies, the youngest workforce, over 400 companies generating more than $1 billion annually, 700 generating more than $500 million annually that are poised for growth, and being the destination of nearly $5 billion in venture capital in 2021. diversifying U.S. and Africa commercial engagement by building bridges between African businesses and their U.S. diaspora should begin being seen as mutually beneficial. From helping to reduce Africa's enormous capital gap to catalyzing two-way trade opportunities, the COVID-19 global pandemic hopefully has taught us that global challenges and opportunities are more interconnected than we thought. During the pandemic, African companies like Unicorn Flutterwave, insurance provider Reliance Health, ride-hailing app Yasir, and 54Gene, the continent's first bank of DNA on people of African descent, prove that when African companies have access to networks, capital, and information, they grow big, grow fast, and create solutions that are valuable to the world. This is why Be Direct was created. We are the first U.S.-based but African-centric board preparedness and board search company designed to connect U.S. Black talent and corporations to African businesses. Unique and fundamental to Be Direct's success is our process of helping board candidates adapt their experience and networks to an African context before they're connected to high-growth companies that are looking to locally and globally scale. From our focus groups with African business execs and government leaders, we don't ignore the sentiment that business is easy, but people are hard. Having a pool of board candidates with hard-to-access networks and extensive experience across the business life cycle, including successfully raising capital, is table stakes for an initiative like this. So yes, we have that. But corporate or entrepreneurial success in the U.S. does not guarantee success in Africa. Developed alongside industry partners on the continent, our training program, Be Direct Prep, is designed to transpose their experience to create cultural comfort, understanding, and a commitment to helping businesses in Africa scale. Our board governance sessions are African continental and country specific, integrated with cultural awareness and dexterity training, masterclasses led by African industry execs, and mentoring and coaching from African continental-based facilitators. But even more unique to Be Direct Prep, we cap off our training program with an immersion trip to help candidates that have not been to Africa before see and feel Africa's complexity and opportunity from African soil. We all know traditional network-based board placement has historically left a lot of us out of ever really being in the paid board pipeline. Our strategy supports the work of many great organizations that are successfully filling seats at U.S. board tables by creating more tables for those that are still left on the sideline. It's time to start seeing the role and value of U.S. Black talent and businesses on the continent of Africa differently. Old perceptions and habits limit economic inclusion. Let's transition Black talent and the African businesses they will support from the periphery of the global economy to its core. Living in a global lockdown, we all know now how fast local and global economies can change, and see the value of having businesses that hire, strengthen local value chains, and even grow globally. Status quo in any form holds back progress. We must democratize U.S.-Africa commercial engagement by socially and economically connecting cultures that have long been disconnected. It's time for Africa's U.S. diaspora to redefine their global value by helping African businesses scale continentally and globally.
La connexion. La connexion.
In a world obsessed with the cult of celebrity, I challenge you not to aspire to anyone else's greatness, but instead strive to reveal and ignite the greatness within you.
Are you serious?
I totally think that that's it.
Hey. No! Hey! To me, sexy is a man that knows who he is and what he wants. He's comfortable. You look at him, you see him, he's just comfortable being himself. And you're like,
Baby, be you.
Be you, baby.
Just be you. I like it. Introducing the Be You collection, exclusively available at K&G Fashion Superstore.
How you doing? I'm Rodney Allen Rippey. Yeah, the child actor. Well, now, leading man. Some of you might remember back in the day, the Harlem Globetrotters popcorn machine. Remember that? Well, it was a Saturday morning special that would come on, and I was there with Geese and Tex and Meadowlark Lemon. Remember the show? Well, I had a great time. And I have to say a huge, huge thank you to all my fans out there. Thank you for all the years of support. I went on from the entertainment industry. I started getting into producing and directing. And now, hey, here I am. I'm a studio executive here in Burbank, California at 2526 Studios. I have to say, it's been pretty good, but the best is yet to come. Please stay encouraged. Keep reaching for your dreams and never forget that genius is common. Remember that. Genius is common. No matter what anyone says to you, no matter how tough the road may get, keep striving. Keep reaching for your dreams. And always know that you are worth it. Everything that you put into yourself, everything good that you pour into your life, you are worth it. And when the times get tough, when things don't go exactly right, it's okay. Dust your shoulders off. Stand up strong. And remember, genius is common.
So what we have to do is when we get in a spot, we need to create some spots for us. That's the main thing. We need to be able to be in a position where we're able to create those spots for us. For me, being an entrepreneur, I'm not just going to get a business and then leave you sitting high and dry. If you ask me some questions about entrepreneurship, I'm going to give you as much as I received. I've seen people who made it, and then when you ask them, it's like, okay, now you have to pay me for the information, the same information I got for free. We probably in totally different cities. There's no way that we're going to bump heads or anything. We're not competing. Bring me up with you. And so I just think that whatever education that I have, then I need to be able to give that to my own as well. So create the spots. You can create the spots when you get there.
A big man, a big heart. Let's go. Jackson Crisp is a tech startup founder, business consultant, and captivating public speaker, reaching the professional level as a former NFL offensive tackle. Jackson always brings it. With a degree in engineering from the prestigious Colorado School of Mines and over 2 decades of project management experience, Jackson has honed his skills in training high-performing teams and leaders. The recipient of several patents and trademarks, Jackson is also a subject matter expert, regularly presenting on topics related to projects, processes, and systems. As a paid speaker, Jackson has a unique ability to connect with audiences of all backgrounds. His captivating storytelling and genuine approach inspire and educate, leaving audiences motivated and ready to act towards achieving their goals. Through customized strategy and implementation sessions, Jackson works closely with clients to meet their business objectives. His deep understanding of the human condition, combined with his passion for helping others, make him a highly sought-after coach and mentor. Jackson's impact extends beyond the business world. As Vice President for the NFL Alumni, Las Vegas chapter, and an advisor for Unsilenced Voices, he is dedicated to making a positive change in the world. With Jackson Crisp, unleash your potential.
And then the last thing is, you can have those first two things with the wrong intention and bring damage to the earth and the world and to each other, or some level of it, or you can be heart-centered, and that's the heart, and bring life and wellness to the world. And the world needs that today. Thank you very much.
Jackson, Chris.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black business. I am Black business. Tell me, are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black business.
I'd like you to imagine with me, if you will, opening an app where you can collaborate with like-minded individuals from around the world, get inspiration and in-app tools to launch and grow your business, as well as share your knowledge and earn compensation, all in one app. Well, the name of that app is Truso, short for Truly Social. Hi, I'm Matthew Newman, the founder and CEO of Truso. A new concept in social media, Truso is designed from the ground up to be a platform that's both social and empowering for all its users. How exactly do we do that? I'm glad you asked. First, Truso brings the world together via video. Psychologists assert that video provides a significantly more effective connection than audio only. When you enter a community on Truso, you're face-to-face. Second, on Truso, you don't have to have 1 million followers to monetize. Our business model allows all hosts and moderators to monetize, no matter the size of your following, by 1, producing fee-based content, and 2, inviting others to join the platform as subscribers. Even more, Truso has an in-app resource library with over 100 free resources, forms, and documents to help you build your brand and grow your business. Third, Truso is inclusive. The deaf and hard of hearing communities make up 360 million people worldwide. Unlike audio-only apps, Truso embraces this community, providing a networking platform that allows them to participate via video and closed captioning. We even have a deaf and hard of hearing foundation in the works as well. Fourth, Truso is both social and safe. We refer to Truso as a virtual extension of the beauty shop, barbershop, and brainchild of the community. A place where there's laughter, along with wisdom, growth-oriented conversation, and genuine connections in a safe space. Truso even has proprietary security to ensure we maintain a safe environment for everyone. Where are we at now? Truso is live, y'all. We've launched in beta and we're acquiring users daily. We have an incredible development and marketing team, plus amazing celebrity influencers at the table, helping us spread the word around the globe, beginning within the African diaspora and beyond by creating a safe space for growth, connection, and collaboration. We're truly excited about Truso. We've created something special for which there is a global market. And we invite you to embark on this journey with us as a shareholder. The future for Truso is truly bright. Join us and let's go there together.
I'm Ramon Gray.
founder of Smart Hustle Magazine and smallbiztechnology.com.
You're here today to celebrate small business success. Stand up on your feet. You rocked the house. Hey, thank you. It was amazing. Didn't we learn? For me, success comes from failure. One thing not to do is shake somebody's hand like this.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black business. I am Black business. Are you Black business?
What if you could build your own city? A place where every child can find nurturing people to help them achieve their full potential. A place where every adult can access job training support. Where health education is abundant. Where social justice ruled the land. A place without limitations. Welcome. You have arrived at STEM City, USA. It is what every city should be. A safe and trusted community where you find people and resources to help you become everything you are and beyond. STEM City is unlike anything you have ever experienced. It is a digital twin of the world around you, only better. STEM City is about energy and soul renewal. It is more than a digital world. You can almost feel the power of live cultural events, music, and theater. STEM City promises a better future for children, with caring mentors and hands-on activities, with dedicated tutors to support our youth. STEM City is your passport to a healthy lifestyle, with weekly events addressing our community's many issues. STEM City is your financial well-being, with helpful information on wealth management, career advancement, job training, and so much more. STEM City is the community you deserve. It is the city where your dreams can come true. STEM City, USA. A place in the sky that is accessible to all who reach for the stars.
This is Dr. Arnold T. Petsworth. He's the owner of Petsworth Vet World. Business was steady, but then an influx of new four-legged friends changed everything. Dr. Petsworth welcomed these new patients. The only problem, more appointments, meant he needed more space. That's when Dr. Petsworth turned to his American Express business card, which offers flexible spending limits that adapt with his business. He used his card to furnish a new exam room, and everyone was happy. Built for Dr. Petsworth's business, built for your business, Amex Business.
Did you know that approximately 333.34 million businesses exist today, according to a report from 2021? And you may be one of those businesses, or maybe you're not in the business market yet, but you're aspiring to be a business owner. Well, guess what? You're in the right place at the right time. Because let's face it, everything is about timing and opportunity. Hi, my name is Dr. Lotus Richey, and I'm the CEO and founder of the Lotus Richey Coaching and Consulting LLC, along with the Lotus Richey Ignite Show. 15 minutes of success with Dr. Lotus Richey, as well as books to boom your business and bring who you are. And today, I want to bring this amazing message to you about the Black Business Network and the Black Business Olympics. See, the Black Business Network and the Black Business Olympics is designed to help people just like you, that's right, that look like me, to take their business to the next level. Not just in your front yard or your backyard, but globally. The Black Business Network and Black Business Olympics is designed not to just help you survive, but to help you thrive. So join us today as we come together with businesses all around the world to support our students, our children, our young teens, our young entrepreneurs. What we do is we come together to help raise funds for students who are aspiring to be business entrepreneurs, who are aspiring and who are thriving in college. We endow them with a wonderful opportunity to gain scholarship of either a laptop or several thousands of dollars. And we invite you to help be a contributor to this amazing opportunity to help someone that looks just like you. So join us today at our website and let us connect with you and help you ignite and take flight in every area of your life on the Black Business Network and the Black Business Olympics. I'll see you on the other side.
At Fanbase, we're focused on giving a voice to content creators and diversity from all backgrounds. Entrepreneurs, musicians, fitness enthusiasts, foodies, makeup artists, influencers, everybody can create a Fanbase page and instantly become a paid content creator. To make your content exclusive, first upload or choose the picture or video you'd like to share. Next, click the exclusive content button. Then click the exclusive content agreement button. All exclusive content must be owned and created by the user. Exclusive content and their creators are protected from copyright infringement by our Fanbase terms of service. That's it! Exclusive posts can be found at the far right tab of any profile and is also identified with a Fanbase banner in the feed. Exclusive posts can be unlocked by any user by subscribing or using Loves. So what are you waiting for? Subscribe to your favorite content creator or start creating exclusive content today. Fanbase, subscription social media. Social media is evolving. It's more vibrant, more colorful, more energetic, and so are you. It's not just photos anymore. It's video, it's audio, it's subscriptions. And now, there's Fanbase, a new monetized social network. Fanbase delivers the complete native app experience with full content monetization for every user. No algorithms that shadow ban your engagement or growth, and no ads. Follow anyone for free and subscribe directly to your favorite creators for $4.99 a month. Plus, show some love by tipping on any post. Also, make a Fanbase page and monetize your content the same way. Finally, connect with your followers by posting the amazing content you already create. And now, get paid for it. It's time to energize and monetize. Because everyone's a fan of something, and everyone has a fan base.
I can see you hurting. I've been through the same thing. Baby, don't you worry, I got you. I just wanna know you. Tell me all your secrets. Looking like you need it. 'Cause I got
At Fanbase, we're focused on giving a voice to content creators and diversity from all backgrounds. Entrepreneurs, musicians, fitness enthusiasts, foodies, makeup artists, influencers, everybody can create a Fanbase page and instantly become a paid content creator. To make your content exclusive, first upload or choose the picture or video you'd like to share. Next, click the exclusive content button. Then click the exclusive content agreement button. All exclusive content must be owned and created by the user. Exclusive content and their creators are protected from copyright infringement by our Fanbase terms of service. That's it! Exclusive posts can be found at the far right tab of any profile and is also identified with a Fanbase banner in the feed. Exclusive posts can be unlocked by any user by subscribing or using Loves. So what are you waiting for? Subscribe to your favorite content creator or start creating exclusive content today. Fanbase, subscription social media.
I am a child of the Most High God. He has gifted me in ways that I could not even imagine and didn't know.
There was a time when I didn't know who I was. I listened to other people tell me who I should be, what I should do. I listened to people telling me that I should be a boutique owner, that I should be a construction manager, that I should be a laborer. Have you ever felt like you should do something else, be something else, go somewhere else, be wherever you wanted to be, and you felt like you were in a box? Anybody in the room? And you couldn't get out? Anybody in the room? And you kept trying to go and you couldn't get out? Anybody in the room? But let me tell you, you need to rock the box. Rock the box.
I am engaging, inspiring, and empowering. I would give you everything I know. Just by touching you, if I could, by osmosis, give you every single thing I've learned, I've gone through, I know I would. We know that's not possible, but as it is possible, I love to share information with people.
Some of you out there, people have told you that you can't be, you can't have, you can't do. But I will tell you, like Kinston said, you can, you must, and you will. If it's to be, it's going to be me. You got to say it. If it's to be, it's going to be. If it's to be, it's going to be. If it's to be, it's going to be.
Barbara is because she believed what her mama said about her and not what other people told her.
Every day you wake up, when you're in a situation, it's your choice whether it's an advantage or the disadvantage.
She gained her confidence and her life, and now she is a testimony.
If I can help you elevate yourself, then I feel like I'm elevating my own self as well. What you know and I know together can change the world.
La connexion. La connexion.
In a world obsessed with the cult of celebrity, I challenge you not to aspire to anyone else's greatness, but instead strive to reveal and ignite the greatness within you.
Are you serious?
I totally think that that's it.
Hey. No! Hey! To me, sexy is a man that knows who he is and what he wants. He's comfortable. You look at him, you see him, he's just comfortable being himself. And you're like,
Baby, be you.
Be you, baby.
Just be you. I like it. Introducing the Be You collection, exclusively available at K&G Fashion Superstore.
Did you know that our black dollar only lasts for 6 hours in our community? Yet other communities, their dollars last for 19 to 30 days.
The Black Wall Street Nation. Black Wall Street Nation. Yes, that's why we created the Black Wall Street Nation. Black Wall Street Nation is a centralized directory available to all black businesses across the world. It was created for businesses like you, the ones that want to start and the ones who have a dream that have already started, such as businesses like Drop in a Bucket Productions, Valito Foods, Sugar Tea Branding Firm, All the Dazzle, Bun Cakeaholic, Miss Riot, and you. We'll have marketing, seminars, and some funding coming soon just for you. So, we want you to come and join us at www.blackwallstreetnation.com. See you there.
Building relationships to get you known, get you connected, and get paid.
Follow the Brand TV broadcast host, Grant McGaw, as he visits with top executives and entrepreneurs to find out their secrets of success with their personal brand. Follow the Brand TV broadcast host as he focuses on brand development to to build better relationships, bring value to your business, relationships, and career. You will enjoy listening to each episode that is tailored to speak to you directly. If you're looking for this type of clarity in terms of building your brand, you have tuned into the right station. Each episode will help you to shape a conversation in the 5-star BDM network of 20,000 professionals and become a springboard for your corporate engagement and business opportunities. Each guest will frame their story in the areas of personal branding, business development, career development, financial empowerment, and technology innovation. Grant McGaw explains why he is the CEO and owner of his own professional career. Grant is an accomplished business leader and entrepreneur who wants to give back to individuals to grow their personal brand strategy. Tune in as he weaves his story about new possibilities, while to you exceed expectations. If you love storytelling, this show will make for fun.
Social media is evolving. It's more vibrant, more colorful, more energetic, and so are you. It's not just photos anymore. It's video, it's audio, it's subscriptions. And now there's Fanbase, a new monetized social network. Fanbase delivers the complete native app experience with full content monetization for every user. No algorithms that shadow ban your engagement or growth, and no ads. Follow anyone for free and subscribe directly to your favorite creators for $4.99 a month. Plus, show some love by tipping on any post. Also, make a Fanbase page and monetize your content the same way. Finally, connect with your followers by posting the amazing content you already create. And now, get paid for it. It's time to energize and monetize. Because everyone's a fan of something, and everyone has a fan base.
Ladies and gentlemen, and esteemed guests and members of the Royal Influencers Organization, we welcome you here today. We're happy to have you here, and we thank Ramona Rogers for bringing us together to share our experiences and our knowledge. And our first guest that we are going to bring on today is Tim Wright. Now, Tim Wright is a former NFL player, and he is now an entrepreneur, and he has a phenomenal product that he's going to tell you about. So we want to welcome to the stage Tim Wright.
There we go. How we doing, everyone?
Hey, Tim, how are you doing, my friend? How are you doing?
I am doing great. How about yourself?
I am great. I'm great. So I'm so happy to have you here to share your knowledge, skills, and experience with the members of our community. So I'm just going to leave it over to you to say who you are and what you're doing right now and who you're helping. And I've heard that you have a phenomenal product that you would like to launch. So over to you, Tim.
Hey, thank you so much. I first want to thank you for that incredible introduction. There's a few people before we start that I would really want to personally thank. Number one, Dr. Kelly, I want to thank him, the entire team for this platform and opportunity. I want to thank Ramona for personally inviting me to this great honor to be able to share my story, both the trials, the tribulations, the successes, being an underdog, going from the sports arena to the entrepreneurship arena and within the tech space. And I also want to thank a dear friend of ours related to the company, and her name is Laura Frank Bernard. I want to thank her for introducing me to Ramona. And this is all about relationships. And it's truly one that, as a lot of people say, and especially as you go throughout life, they say, never burn a bridge. And I believe relationships and doors that open and platforms that become available to you, those are really the important things that can give you a platform to stand on. And that's all, essentially what I want to tell today in my story, and really be able to inspire and show all the viewers and everyone who either believes in themselves or has doubt or has an idea and they haven't stepped out on faith yet. I want to instill those values, those characteristics, my experiences, and give you an ounce of faith today to be able to apply it to your life. So I just wanted to start off with saying that.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Now over to you, Tim, and I am all ears. I'd love, love, love to hear your story.
No, thank you so much. So let's take it back. I would say that my journey and my life, in particular where I started, I was born and raised in Neptune, New Jersey, which is down by the shore area. And I had a family of grandparents, all four grandparents. Of course, both my parents, which brought me into my life, incredible influencers on my journey. But I had aunts and uncles, cousins, relatives, everyone that poured into me. And for 14 years of my life, I was the only child. And within that, I identified that for some reason, I had this magnetic force. And at that time, people would label it as having a big imagination as a young child. And so I'm talking about when at moments in the summertime, when you were bored with your friends, I would always come up with the ideas that would just attract a whole neighborhood of, friends, cousins, and peers. And for some reason, they will always follow the idea that I had. And it was all great things, of course. But that kind of was that reinforcement that inspired me because I recognized that very early. Then I had the opportunity with my grandparents. After work, they would come home and they would landscape, and I would follow them around the yard from the age of 4 all the way up. And I remember being able to stand in the yard. They had a big yard, by the way. So you could imagine the type of landscape that was each week. It would grow back and it would look, like it needs to be groomed. And it was the vision and the work ethic and just the hard work that we poured into it to make it a beautiful yard. That then transitioned, of course, every season. When it snowed, I would knock on the door and shovel snow. When it was fall, I would rake leaves. When it was summer, I would cut grass. And that instilled that hustle in me. Then I got introduced to football. And at a young age, I had this, a talent about me. I wasn't necessarily separated from the pack yet because it was so new. But I had the heart and I had the grit inside to show up every day to continue to get better. And year over year, I would continue to come back and I would start dominating. Next thing you know, I was being appointed a captain and a leader. So at a young age, that's where sports really started to ground me in who I was and having the integrity. The things you do in the dark comes to light. Having that responsibility of leading a team, a pack, that transfer into being an entrepreneur or leading your family in a household, whether you're a man or a woman, a father or, a wife, a son, it doesn't matter what you are. You are a leader, and you can even lead yourself when you look in the mirror every single day. That's how you have to reinforce that drive, reinforce that commitment to giving it everything you got. And that's what allows you to sleep at night. So I then, at the age of 13 years old, I went to the barbershop. My dad brought me along. Every week we'll go get our hair cut. And I experienced a bad haircut. I broke out in a rash, and my dad said, look, I'm going to buy a pair of clippers and this will never happen again. And I remember those clippers sitting in my house and sitting in my room in the corner. And I would always pass it and I say, I love art. I will always have the best projects in class. And every time we had to raise our hand for a group, everyone wanted to join my group. I would have, going out in the yard and, of course, the landscaping. So I had the confidence in not only producing great art, but the confidence in myself to give myself a haircut. So I picked up a pair of clippers for the first time at the age of 13. I cut my hair and I never looked back. I became addicted to cutting hair. And it was because it was a blank canvas. I literally sat on the bathroom counter and I just cut my hair, and it would come out better and better every single time. But what educated me during that time was YouTube. And that is what I would credit to whatever you do as a career, whatever you do as a side gig, a talent, whatever you do in business, whatever you do, whether it's in sports or whatever industry it is, you always can continue to learn and get better and master your craft. So at the age of 13, 14, 15, that's what I was doing. When I started cutting people's hair, my friends, peers, my grandparents, and, my relatives, it was this reciprocal exchange because I was getting my fix by applying art. But during that process, it was therapeutic because they were sharing information that poured into me. I was sharing information that poured into them. And every single week or other week, it would just be this perpetual type of engagement that is priceless. And when they got up out that chair, they not only look good, but they feel good, and they was reinforced, and it did the same for me. So I've been cutting my hair for the last 20 years. I'm a fast forward now to high school. I came into high school. I went to an all-black school for literally from elementary all the way up to my sophomore year of high school. And I got to experience and really take it in, the culture, of course, all the homecoming, just the rich quality of being within the culture of the Black community. But then it came a time where my coach he resigned, and I believe he actually may have gotten let go by the school system. But we went a period of time without a coach, and I was going into my junior year of high school. And I said, you know what? I really want the opportunity to go to college on a full scholarship. I started to break through a little bit, and I said, Mom, Dad, do you mind if I transfer schools to this other school? And this other school happened to be an all-white school. And I had the fortunate impact to come into that school and create immediate disruption. A and B honor roll student. I was voted the homecoming king. I was, a part of all of these extracurricular activities, and I just excelled and thrived. And I ended up having over a dozen full ride scholarships to schools all around the country. That set the trajectory to where, when I look back on that story, I grew up on a street named Rutgers. I went to a school that was named Neptune Scarlet Flyers. And then I transferred to a school named Wall Crimson Knights. When you put all of that together, it spells out Rutgers Scarlet Knights. So it was no other school in the country that I could go to internally. I said, I have to go to Rutgers. I went to Rutgers. Now faced with another adversity. I had to redshirt my freshman year. This meant that I had to practice, I had to work out, I had to go to school, I had to do everything that the player on the field did, but I couldn't play in the game on Saturdays for that entire year. That was the development stage and the building and the maturity that, okay, I understand what it is. I only can control what I can control. All the things I couldn't control, let it just be what it is. And when my time comes, I'm going to be prepared and ready to go. And it was the repetitions. It was that faith and belief and all that I did to pour into my craft. And that next season, when I got my shot, I was ready to step up. And I was one of the starters that went into the game as an offense. So I played wide receiver. That following year is when I said, I had a great shot that last season, but I caught 0 catches as a wide receiver. 0 passes were thrown to me that season. All I did was block. But watch how later in my story this comes full circle. That next year, I said, I want to go out here and dominate in collegiate sports. And I went up in the wintertime during my break. Rutgers was about 45 minutes from my hometown. I would drive up every single day to go work out while no one else was in the room. Remember that whole rap, Drake he wasn't with me shooting in the gym. That's what that whole thing was. And next thing you know, guys started to follow me. They wanted to come in and get better. I went out there in spring practice that year, and I became the most improved offensive player. Everyone in the program knew I was about to light it up that season. We went into training camp in August. 6 practices in, at the last session of that practice, I ended up running a route. I put my foot in the ground. I cut. The quarterback threw the ball. I went up. I caught the ball. And the defender on the back of me twisted my knee in the ground. And right at that moment, my ACL and my knee, boom. That entire year was wiped out in that very moment. That's my next step of adversity. Now I had to overcome and say, God, what are you trying to tell me? I cried one time right after I got injured. And I said, you know what? Now I can make an impact on the school. I can make an impact in the program, on my teammates. And I led in the locker room. I led on the sidelines. I led in cutting hair. I led in the classroom. And by the end of my career at Rutgers, and now I'm going to fast forward to what I'm holding here on my finger right here, which is the Super Bowl ring. What all of that taught me is that I know what adversity feels like. I know what it's like to get knocked down. I know how I can, in that very moment, shift, pivot, rotate, adapt, and still make an impact on my organization that I work for, on my team that I'm a leader of, in my household that I'm a leader of, in my family that I'm continuing to produce and be the prototype and example. Those are the things I learned at an early age. So at the end of my career at Rutgers, I ended up having a solid senior season, which gave me a shot for the NFL. And this is what I'm talking about when I say relationships. My coach from Rutgers ended up going to Tampa Bay Buccaneers the year before. My last year, he ended up going to Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He picks up the phone after the draft. I didn't get drafted. He picks up the phone. He said, Tim, who else is talking to you? I said, the Oakland Raiders. He said, do you want to go all the way over there across the country and have no plan? They don't have no plan for you. That, taxes is high, is a high cost or do you want to come down to Tampa Bay where it's 0 state taxes? We got a plan and you got an opportunity to make the team. I said, Coach, I'm coming. I went in there. 2 weeks later, they switched my position from wide receiver to tight end. If any viewers don't know what that means, you go from an untouched pretty boy catching passes and maybe a soft tackle to a dude with his hand in the dirt, getting his head cracked every single time on every single play. And I had 0 experience at that position. But he said, Tim, if I switch you to tight end, this will be your best chance to make this team. I said, Coach, let's do it. I had 3 weeks to make that team. I walk in the room. There's 6 other guys that are 10 years in the NFL, 5 years in the NFL, 3 kids, 4 kids, your whole gamut, you name it. I'm coming in as a 21-year-old, fresh on the scene, and I'm coming to take their food. That's the type of tenacity that you have to have in business. You're not going to get anything handed to you. You got to grind. It's the repetitions, and it's how you come to work every single day to earn your spot. And I did that. By the 4th game of the season, I ended up making the team. I beat out 4 of the guys. By the 4th game of the season, I ended up winning a starting job. And I won that job, and I held it for the rest of that season. I ended up breaking the franchise record for touchdowns. I was leader in fantasy week after week. I had caught 53 passes that season, which was the most catches caught by a rookie tight end in the last 10 years. I was so focused and dialed in. And I knew that I had God on my side. I had my supporting cast, which is extremely important. But I knew I had the belief in myself to go get that done. So fast forward, and now I'm going to get into Dome in a second here. That debut I had my rookie season, Bill Belichick, Tom Brady, and Robert Kraft of the New England Patriots saw what I did, and they came and traded for me right before the season started. They came and tapped me on my shoulder in Tampa Bay with the general manager, and he said, "We're trading you to the New England Patriots." The moment I arrived, which was 3 hours later on the plane, I arrived in New England. Never saw Tampa Bay again. They said, "You have to learn 60 plays overnight. You're starting in the game tomorrow, and we're throwing you the first pass to see if what we saw on film is exactly what we have here now." And you know what I did? Flipped that book open, dialed in. I knew what I had inside. I knew my support cast was there, and I came out and shut it down. I ended up having 6 touchdowns that season with the New England Patriots, and ended up coming home with this Super Bowl ring. They put my locker right next to Tom Brady the moment I walked in there, because they knew what type of influence of greatness would have been poured on me. And I was the asset that I brought to that organization right away. So what sports taught me was tenacity, was knowing how to persevere, was knowing how to get up after being hit, was knowing how to break through the wall after getting knocked down. Those are the things that you have to carry into life as well as business. So what I have today, in 2018, I got introduced to an opportunity with an individual, which is my partner now, where I met back in 2015 after I won the Super Bowl. He's a songwriter, producer, and musician. And he said, "Tim, I got a product that I created, and it's at the early stage, and I want to show you what it looks like." He brought me into the lab, which is using a bone conduction technology. So for context, the speakers sit right on your bone of your head, and it sends the music directly into your inner ear. When I experienced the prototype of what that was, I said, the future is now. 5 years ago, when I joined my partner on this mission, I had no idea the journey, the path, how long it would take, around the clock work, and how much you would have to pour into it. But now we have an opportunity with the world's first open and closed ear bone conduction headphone, where you have the opportunity to hear your music, take your phone calls, broadcast anything coming through the headphone directly into your inner ear while you hear the world around you. And the difference of what he first heard, which is this is the leading brand in bone conduction right now, but all the brands looked exactly the same. The difference that he heard was that if I added another speaker on this backbone instead of the front bone, that will transform the experience and change the game. But also having this dome cover, which you attach to the face of the headphone, and it changes the look, it puts you in an isolation mode, and it blocks out the outside world. When I saw that cover, I said, this is an opportunity, because it's interchangeable, that you just snap off, where we can do brand licensing deals and collaborations with any brand, any logo, any pattern, any design around the world. And this is just to give you an example. So on this 5-year journey, we had the opportunity to put the headphones on close to 2,000 people so far. Ramona had a firsthand experience with this technology, and she was blown away as well. And I'm so grateful for our engagement. But this headphone is also going to impact nearly 500 million people in the world who are also deaf and hard of hearing. So this very headphone will work for the hearing world as well as the deaf and hard of hearing world, and it's the same headphone. We are presenting versatility. We are presenting features and options and things that you never experienced through headphone, because everything has been blocking you out from the outside world. So now what we've been able to do with this process, with this journey, we have 4 patents that's been granted on the technology, 4 trademarks. We're building an incredible team. And we just had the opportunity to bring on former Beats and Apple engineers on our team that's going to take this technology. This is our prototype 5.0. They're going to take this through the finish line and over that goal line to bring this into an opportunity for an acquisition. So any viewers on this call today, I'm inviting you, whether you want to be a consumer, which we love and support, whether you want to be a partner, which we openly invite you, an investor, anything you may have in mind based on what I just presented to you with Dome Audio, please reach out to me at tim.wright@domeaudioinc.com, where we can have a conversation and we can figure out how this platform can either create an opportunity for you to see a future at the end, or through the journey, have a fulfilling type of engagement where we can transform lives, we can bring an experience unlike anything before, and we truly can impact the way the world experiences sound. So I want to thank you all today for listening to my story. I hope that I was able to inspire any individual that grabbed a piece of my journey. And all I want to leave you with is this: in the pursuit, you discover. Take that step out on faith for whatever idea you have. If you're 15 or 20 years in your career profession, you can always get better. You can always find the next mentor, the next consultant that could just reshape the lens and allow you to see it in a slight different way, that you can then perpetuate and continue to scale your business or whatever you're doing in your life. Scale your family, see a therapist, connect with people, network, engage, build relationships. Those are the things that's going to open doors for you. And that's where you start to discover, wow, this dot connects with this dot. This person is related to that person. This company is a subsidiary of this company. All of this connects and is swerving right around me. And that's what I mean in the pursuit. When you go after it, you'll discover things that you never would have thought had been presented to you in your life. So again, my name is Tim Wright, Super Bowl champ, co-founder, and chief strategic officer of the next biggest thing you'll find in the headphone space. Thank you very much for your attention today.
Are you ready to unlock your full potential and reignite your success? Welcome to Royal Empowerment Group, where we believe in elevating, empowering, and excelling. Our mission is to unlock excellence and redefine success through coaching, mentorship, and leadership. At Royal Empowerment Group, we offer personalized coaching and mentorship programs tailored to help you overcome obstacles, unleash your inner strength, and achieve greatness. Need guidance on your entrepreneurial journey? Our Empowered Beyond Belief entrepreneurship firm provides the tools and support you need to build and grow your dream business. Looking to inspire and empower others? Our Empowered Beyond Belief speaking firm and bureau connects you with captivating international speakers who will leave lasting impressions. For businesses seeking to thrive, our Empowered Beyond Belief business consulting firm offers strategic insights and expert advice to elevate your company to new heights.
Wow. I want you to just give a nice virtual applause to Tim Wright for what he has brought us today. You know, he went from, and I have it, from zero catches to excellence, you know, and the perseverance. So we got some word: practice, persistence, and perseverance. Those are 3 P's. For those who were not listening, or for those who want something to take away, practice, persistence, and perseverance. And he ended on talking about networking, you know, how networking gives you opportunities and to be serendipitous. I mean, you gotta listen to this gentleman's, and for those who are listening on the replay, if there is ever a replay, you've got to listen to your story of perseverance, because it is so inspiring for a lot of people, Tim. So we're just happy to have you here. And by the way, the name of your headphones is called Dome Audio, right? We need to say that a lot so that people can remember that is what you're doing, you know, former is it NFL player turned entrepreneur of the Dome Audio brand. That's amazing.
Yes, thank you so much. No, it was a pleasure and honor. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for coming.
Yes, thank you.
All right.
Are you ready to unlock your full potential and reignite your success? Welcome to Royal Empowerment Group, where we believe in elevating, empowering, and excelling. Our mission is to unlock excellence and redefine success through coaching, mentorship, and leadership. At Royal Empowerment Group, we offer personalized coaching and mentorship programs tailored to help you overcome obstacles, unleash your inner strength, and achieve greatness. Need guidance on your entrepreneurial journey? Our Empowered Beyond Belief entrepreneurship firm provides the tools and support you need to build and grow your dream business. Looking to inspire and empower others? Our Empowered Beyond Belief speaking firm and bureau connects you with captivating international speakers who will leave lasting impressions. For businesses seeking to thrive, our Empowered Beyond Belief business consulting firm offers strategic insights and expert advice to elevate your company to new heights. Elevate, empower, and excel with Royal Empowerment Group, where excellence meets success. Join us today and embrace your royalty. It's time to unlock your excellence and redefine your success.
Hello, everybody. I believe our next speaker is Jackie Brannigan, and waiting for the next speaker to come on. So this is amazing. And Jackie is coming on right now. And hello, Jackie. And just let me introduce Jackie a little bit. She specializes in helping individuals prevent, manage, and recover from burnout, often caused by chronic stress. So here comes beautiful Jackie to talk to us about what she does, who she helps, and her journey, and what she will help you to do. Jackie, how are you today, Jackie?
I am very well. Great to see you, Yvonne.
Yeah, so we'd like you to tell our, our viewers and our community, something about what you do and who you help, because I know, especially with the stresses of today's world, virtual world, a lot of people are going through burnout right now. And I think you are, probably the best thing that since sliced bread, I would say. And Jackie, the best thing since sliced bread, because a lot of people need to know about, how to deal with stress, anxiety, and overwhelm. So over to you, Jackie.
Thank you so much. And just before I start, I have to do something. So bear with me. It may look a little bit crazy, but I'll explain. Okay? So anyone who knows me will understand this. That's good. Now, I know that will seem a little bit crazy to some people, but I will explain it towards the end. And you might be a little bit surprised about what I say. But greetings, everyone. I am so happy and honored to have been asked to be here today as a keynote speaker with the Royal Influencers organization. What I would like to do is to help educate you on the reality of what burnout truly is and share the number one mistake that, in my opinion, people are making when it comes to understanding burnout. Because burnout isn't just another term for stress at work, it's a significant issue that really needs to be addressed. So today we will explore the more commonly referenced 5 stages of burnout, its causes and triggers, and most importantly, how to identify and prevent it. Given how much it affects our lives, I believe that it is crucial for all of us to understand burnout. So what is it? It's a state of emotional, physical, and mental exhaustion caused by prolonged stress and demands. It's characterized by feelings of negativity, detachment from work and colleagues, and a decreased sense of achievement. Burnout can impact an individual's personal and professional life and can lead to various health issues if not addressed in time. As I said previously, it is typically broken down into 5 stages. So stage 1 is known as the honeymoon stage, would you believe? In this stage, individuals are excited and highly engaged in their work. They may even put in extra effort and work longer hours without feeling exhausted at all. And these extra work hours can be an effort to excel in their career, and they may show enthusiasm in their interactions with colleagues. Now, the early warning signs of burnout can be much more challenging to recognize in this stage, so it's crucial to maintain a healthy work-life balance from the very start. And stage 2 is called the onset of stress. This stage is characterized by feelings of stress and anxiety, and individuals may experience physical symptoms of stress, such as headaches and muscle pain. They may also start to feel frustrated and cynical about their job. And the onset of stress is characterized by the feeling of being overwhelmed and can be triggered by various stressors at work, such as perhaps tight deadlines, unrealistic goals, or a challenging workload even. So it's essential to recognize this stage and make changes to manage the workload, develop coping mechanisms, and prioritize self-care to prevent burnout. Stage 3 is chronic stress. Now, chronic stress marks the beginning of burnout. Individuals may experience a range of physical and emotional symptoms, such as depression, insomnia, and a sense of detachment from their work and colleagues. They may also start to feel a decline in their own productivity at work. And chronic stress, it's characterized by prolonged stress, which can lead to adverse effects on both physical and emotional health. And the physical symptoms can include headaches, insomnia, and gastrointestinal disturbances, while emotional symptoms can include irritability, outbursts, or even social withdrawal. And chronic stress can impact your work performance and your personal life, leading to a decline in productivity and disengagement from work. So stage 4 is the actual burnout. And in this stage, individuals may feel overwhelmed, depersonalized, and cynical about their work. They may experience sleep problems and physical problems, maybe such as headaches, heart palpitations, and gastrointestinal disturbances. And burnout itself is an advanced stage, It's characterized by feelings of detachment, negativity, and that awful depression. It can lead to severe health issues such as anxiety, that depression, chronic fatigue syndrome. It's really essential to address burnout at this stage by seeking professional help, prioritizing self-care, and developing a support system at work and at home. So stage 5 is habitual or chronic burnout. And this stage is characterized by long-term physical and mental depletion, which can lead to permanent and irreparable damage to an individual's health and work performance. It is crucial, and I can't stress this enough, to identify the signs of burnout and intervene before it reaches this stage. This chronic or habitual pattern is the final stage of burnout, characterized by irreversible damage to an individual's health and work performance. It can lead to severe health issues such as chronic fatigue, depression, and cardiovascular disease, would you believe? So it's essential to prevent burnout from reaching this stage by recognizing the early signs and taking preventative measures such as counseling, coaching, therapy, and very importantly, developing a support system. So let's get into the causes and triggers. Instance, workplace factors. These can include lack of autonomy, unrealistic expectations, micromanagement, a toxic work environment. It could be burnout culture itself. And all these can contribute to work-related stress. And then there's the personal factors, low self-esteem, which may have been present already or developed over time as a result of outside forces, perfectionism, an inability to handle stress, and a lack of assertiveness can all contribute to burnout. Social and cultural influences as well. So the cultural expectations, social isolation, and an individual's role within their own social and personal structure can also contribute to burnout. I really want to encourage you to do a self-assessment. Be aware of the early warning signs of burnout, such as the chronic fatigue, the forgetfulness, the mood swings. Engage in self-assessment regularly to manage burnout before it becomes severe. Please seek professional help. That's so vital. If you, a colleague, a friend, or a family member is experiencing burnout, seeking professional help can be a crucial step in addressing it. Therapy, counseling, and other support programs can really help manage symptoms and improve your quality of life. So as a once motivated and ambitious award-winning serial entrepreneur, I ended up walking away from my businesses, one of which I had built up to 7 figures, and losing everything. Then spending over 2 years wondering, among many things, what the hell happened? Who am I? What's my purpose? So from what I was learning, I was suffering from chronic burnout. But when I looked for advice, it was mostly about getting enough sleep, not working too hard, and getting regular exercise. Well, I had been doing that, but still felt utterly stuck and alone. It all just didn't make sense to me. This prompted a very hard, deep, and personal journey and reflection into my own life and the experiences that I'd had and how I felt about myself and life in general. Looking back, I can recall a time around 11 years ago when I was getting increasingly unwell, was unable to eat properly, was in pain, and losing weight. So I eventually went to the doctor, who referred me to a consultant for tests. And this was a gastroenterologist who I visited in his private rooms and was scheduled to come back in a few weeks as a day patient to have a colonoscopy carried out. Now, bear in mind, I was self-employed and still working. There were times at work I had to use crutches just to get around. And on the morning when I had to leave to go to the hospital, I had to get a taxi because at that stage, my only child, Josh, then just 7 years old, had been diagnosed with high-functioning autism, which is known as Asperger's, along with dyspraxia and ADHD. So my husband, Tony, had to bring him to school. And just a few weeks after my initial consultation, I was so debilitated at that point that Tony had to help me dress, walk me out to the taxi, and hand my small case over to the taxi driver. When on arrival at the hospital, which wasn't too far from my home, the taxi driver jumped out, opened my door, and proceeded to bring my case in and leave it at the reception. But when he came back, I was still struggling just to get out of the car, so he kindly helped me out. Slowly we walked inside, but as we walked through the entrance doors, hospital staff saw the difficulty that I was in, and they rushed towards me with a wheelchair to sit in. I just started to cry. I was mortified, thinking, what if someone I know sees me in a wheelchair? I mean, the silly thoughts that go through your head when you're full of pride, have always been independent and only seen as a successful businesswoman, not an invalid. So I was taken down to the day ward, and nurses helped prepare me and then brought me down to the theatre, where thankfully I was given a general anaesthetic for the procedure. And when I woke up back in the day ward, I was so surprised to see Tony and my friend Grania at the bottom of the bed. The instructions that we had originally been given was that they would phone Tony to collect me a few hours after I woke up. So I'm thinking, what the heck is he doing there, let alone having my friend with him? Then I realized the consultant was standing at the side of the bed. I had actually asked him in the theatre before the procedure what his first name was and if it was okay to address him as that. Well, you know how stuffy some consultants can be, but he was lovely and he said, no problem at all, but can I ask you why? My response was that any man who was going to insert something inside me, I was going to at least be on first name terms with him. Well, you do have to have a sense of humor, don't you? Oh, Lordy. So his name was Jack, and the consultant started off by saying, Jackie, you're not very well, and we need to keep you in. All I could say was, but we're going away on a holiday in a few days, so if you just give me some tablets, I promise I'll rest and take it easy. But his next words shocked me. He said, Jackie, if you leave now, the only way you will be traveling is in a box. Tony looked so pale, and Grania was really upset. This was a serious reality check. So I was admitted, and after countless tests, I was then diagnosed with severe Crohn's disease and inflammatory arthritis. Originally, I was told that they had suspected that it was colon cancer, as my dad had had it before. And I was so ill that among the treatments was a course of chemotherapy and a very long course of steroids. Now, bear in mind that years before this, I'd been diagnosed with fibromyalgia. But what did I do? Guess. Yep, you got it right. I initially had to take some time off, but then I just kept right on going, putting everyone and everything else first. Does that resonate with any of you? I bet it does. Now, if you fast forward over 10 years later, when I walked away from my businesses, one of which was that 7-figure generating business and I truly crashed and burned. And over time, I realized that it wasn't just a case of hours I worked or the amount of sleep I got. It all actually was the culmination of so many experiences and challenges that I had had during my life. And this was my epiphany moment. One of which was memories of being molested by people that my parents knew and trusted when I was a child. It felt like my dirty secret. I had never even told Tony about it. And when memories would return throughout my life, I would just push them away and do anything to avoid having to think about it by working harder to keep my mind occupied. Now, remember I said earlier that there were 5 stages in burnout. Well, that's why I created a 6th stage, because it's not just about work. It incorporates so much more and the awareness that we need, things that we bury in our life, that come back and bite us in the backside. So this 6th stage I have called insight and recovery. This is where I go deep into many of the elements in your life that have actually led you to burnout and strategies on how to address them. Because my mission is to empower women with the knowledge, the tools, and the support they need to recognize and overcome burnout. Through my forthcoming book, which is called Getting Your Mojo Back, and my advocacy and coaching programs, I aim to raise awareness about hidden signs that contribute to burnout, helping women to reclaim their vitality, rediscover their purpose, and achieve a life of balance, resilience, and fulfillment. I'm dedicated to guiding women on a transformative journey towards embracing their true selves and living a life that radiates joy, authenticity, and unwavering self-care. As someone who is now a reformed people pleaser and who only used to be a giver, not knowing how to receive, I learned the hard way that burnout was caused by countless things I hadn't addressed throughout my life, which included acknowledging the childhood trauma, dealing with toxic people and narcissists. That was a huge factor for me, but that's another story. One of which I think would actually shock you.
Wow.
Self-limiting beliefs, imposter syndrome.
Wow. Jackie Brannigan.
Yes, Ramona.
Wow,
So
Jackie.
Wow,
yes. What a phenomenal story. I love your 5 steps or your 5 things to avoid burnout. And I absolutely love that you added number 6. That number 6 is what's really intriguing to me and what I would like for you to break down to all of the broader listening audience, as well as all of the entrepreneurs and the business owners, of how they can use that one step specifically, but not leave out all of the other 5, of course, but how they can really use that last step, that number 6, that they can actually implement in their lives today to help prevent and avoid experiencing exactly what you experienced with burnout at such a high level that it literally almost incapacitated you to the point where you had to be cared for by your family and things of that nature. So what can you tell all of other entrepreneurs and business owners how they can actually implement that one step, number 6, in just a really short, clear, concise message? What message can you give to them that can really help them prevent and avoid burnout? And then we're going to be closing out and bringing up our next speaker, and then we will definitely come back for a recap at the end of the day. So with that, what is number 6, and not just what is number 6, but what is the message of how all of the entrepreneurs and business owners can actually implement number 6?
Yeah, well, it all comes down to insight and recovery. And it's the insight into all those things in your life that has happened beforehand. Like I said, dealing with toxic people was huge for me, especially one person in particular. You know, self-limiting beliefs, perfectionism, all these things. So what I've actually done, Ramona, is people can use the QR code on my screen or go to JackieBraniganOfficial.com. And for your audience today, I have a special free giveaway, which is the 10 hidden secrets to burnout that they can actually look at. And there's some strategies in there for them as well. But can I just add something really important? And this is for the ladies here. At the start, you saw me putting on lipstick. You see it on my logo. For me, that is my coat of armor. It's a little thing that I, as a woman, can do.
Yes, I did. I absolutely did.
Yes.
One of your signatures, by the way.
Yeah, it gives me that confidence. It's a little thing that I will do. It doesn't matter if I'm in my pajamas. I will put on that lipstick. So find little things. I'll encourage all women.
Phenomenal.
Doesn't matter where you are. Put on that lipstick. Get out there. Do something that's just for you, that gives you that little boost, that inner boost, that it doesn't matter what else is going on or what, you know, what's happening. Do some little thing, whatever stage you are at, and just do it for you. Because when you start with that and build on it, it can make such a difference.
At Fanbase, we're focused on giving a voice to content creators and diversity from all backgrounds. Entrepreneurs, musicians, fitness enthusiasts, foodies, makeup artists, influencers, everybody can create a Fanbase page and instantly become a paid content creator. To make your content exclusive, first upload or choose the picture or video you'd like to share. Next, click the exclusive content button. Then click the exclusive content agreement button. All exclusive content must be owned and created by the user. Exclusive content and their creators are protected from copyright infringement by our Fanbase terms of service. That's it! Exclusive posts can be found at the far right tab of any profile and is also identified with a Fanbase banner in the feed. Exclusive posts can be unlocked by any user by subscribing or using Loves. So what are you waiting for? Subscribe to your favorite content creator or start creating exclusive content today. Fanbase, subscription social media. Social media is evolving. It's more vibrant, more colorful, more energetic, and so are you. It's not just photos anymore. It's video, it's audio, it's subscriptions. And now, there's Fanbase, a new monetized social network. Fanbase delivers the complete native app experience with full content monetization for every user. No algorithms that shadow ban your engagement or growth, and no ads. Follow anyone for free and subscribe directly to your favorite creators for $4.99 a month. Plus, show some love by tipping on any post. Also, make a Fanbase page and monetize your content the same way. Finally, connect with your followers by posting the amazing content you already create. And now, get paid for it. It's time to energize and monetize. Because everyone's a fan of something, and everyone has a fan base.
Are you ready to unlock your full potential and reignite your success? Welcome to Royal Empowerment Group, where we believe in elevating, empowering, and excelling. Our mission is to unlock excellence and redefine success through coaching, mentorship, and leadership. At Royal Empowerment Group, we offer personalized coaching and mentorship programs tailored to help you overcome obstacles, unleash your inner strength, and achieve greatness. Need guidance on your entrepreneurial journey? Our Empowered Beyond Belief entrepreneurship firm provides the tools and support you need to build and grow your dream business. Looking to inspire and empower others? Our Empowered Beyond Belief speaking firm and bureau connects you with captivating international speakers who will leave lasting impressions. For businesses seeking to thrive, our Empowered Beyond Belief business consulting firm offers strategic insights and expert advice to elevate your company to new heights.
Hello, everyone. It's Ramona Rogers here, the founder of the Royal Influencers Organization, and you are participating today in the first annual Royal Influencers Entrepreneurship Virtual Conference. And it has definitely been a pleasure to have Tim Wright, one-time Super Bowl champion, come and share his journey from the NFL into entrepreneurship, creating the Dome Audio, which I experienced firsthand, which is absolutely phenomenal and going to be changing lots of lives. Then we heard from Jackie Brannigan, another great friend of ours as well, who we all know and love, came on and shared her journey, her touching journey, heartfelt journey on her experience with burnout. And what she shared as a free offer, make sure that each and every one of you, make sure that you get that offer as well, is the 10 tips to avoid burnout. That is going to be a game changer and a lifesaver because, as we know, entrepreneurship is one of those particular jobs, right? If you want to call it that, or it's one of those particular endeavors that we take on, which it's on us to get us where we want to go. And because of that, we are one of the only people in this particular area of business that everything rises and falls and moves with us until we actually really get into the lane of growing and scaling our business. Guess what? It's all on you. And if you do not take great care of yourself, implementing self-care routines and strategies and tactics, and being 100% in tune to your body, when your body's giving you those stress signals. Did you hear Jackie Brannigan say there were stress signals that she just ignored? She got messages from doctors and medical staff that she just ignored because, again, she was on her journey, just like each and every one of you are on your journey to entrepreneurship. And because we all want to win, and because we all want to be successful, we think in our minds that we can do it all by ourselves. And that is exactly what I experienced as well, not burnout, but trying to do it all by myself, which is why I built an entire team and continuing each and every day to build an entire team and connect and collaborate with phenomenal entrepreneurs that are like-minded, all striving for the same goals, going in the same direction, just like all of the other phenomenal entrepreneurs that you are going to hear from today. And speaking of which, the very next one coming up to share with us this phenomenal social media app that is changing the game, growing leaps and bounds, investment opportunities, and all of the sorts that he is getting ready to share with us right now. So hopefully you guys have your pen and paper out so that you can get all of this value and information that Isaac Hayes III, founder of Fan Base, is coming to share with us today, right here on the Royal Influencers Entrepreneurship Virtual Conference. So he is coming. I want you guys to make sure that you do not leave your seats and get ready for this phenomenal segment from Isaac Hayes the third, the founder of Face. How are you?
How are you doing? What's going on?
I am absolutely phenomenal, and even better now that you chose, and not only chose to show up, but you are coming to share this phenomenal app with all of the entrepreneurs and business owners out there. So tell us, how did you come up with this phenomenal app called Fanbase?
Whew. Well, it all goes back to 2018 when a young man went viral for dancing in a Spider-Man costume in a GameStop from Memphis, Tennessee. And I just shot him a DM on Instagram and told him that I was proud of him because he was from Memphis and I'm from Memphis. And he initially, originally reached back out and jumped at the chance and said, hey, will you manage me? Will you manage me? Will you manage me? And I don't manage creators. So it was interesting that he asked that, but the thing that gave me pause is he doesn't own Spider-Man. He doesn't own Spider-Man. Marvel and Disney own Spider-Man, but he was talented. And I was like, people should be able to know how to dance like you know how to dance. So I said, we need an app where people can subscribe to people like we subscribe to Netflix, right? And so there was no app like that out at the time. The only way you could subscribe to somebody before Fanbase was you pull out your credit card, get the CVV, your billing address, XYZ, and then subscribe. Unless you were subscribing to in-app purchase, platforms like Spotify or Netflix or stuff like that, but never person to person. So I got this crazy idea that I was going to build an app that allowed anybody on the planet to subscribe to another person on the planet. And so that was the birth of Fanbase. The first thing I did, and I'm definitely giving some information here. The first thing I did is trademark the name Fanbase. And I thought that was very important because I wanted to be able to carry this idea from the beginning all the way to the highest heights it could go and make sure that I was legally protected. So I trademarked. I hadn't wrote a stitch of code, hadn't done anything, hadn't built anything yet. I just incorporated a company and trademarked the name Fanbase, and I was off. At that point, I got introduced to my now CTO and COO of Fanbase, Ramiro Canavas, who, really came in and saw my vision for what I wanted to build. And so I had to really, spend my own money. I bootstrapped the company myself with $200,000 of my own money. And I know that's a lot of money, but I also believed in what I was doing. I advanced myself some royalty money that I had coming from some songs that I put in television and film to build the app. I gambled on myself, and we built Fanbase from July to December 2018 and launched it 2019. Then I didn't tell anybody that I built the app. The reason why I didn't tell anybody I built the app is because I wanted organic user data. I didn't want any fake data. I didn't want, me telling my friends to use it or anything like that, because I had to have a proof of concept that people would subscribe to other people. And I asked a friend of mine who was in her mid 30s, I said, would you subscribe to X, Y, and Z, like this person, if they put exclusive content up? She's like, no, I'm not subscribing to no person. I was like, So I happened to be at the Apple store, and I saw this young girl that was working there. She had to be in her 20 something. And I said, hey, let me ask you a question. I said, what's your favorite music group? And I thought she was going to say somebody famous like Ariana Grande or I'm saying Justin Bieber or something like that. And she named some indie band. And I said, if you could subscribe for $4.99 a month to exclusive content that this band creates, and they would show you working on the album, and they would show you, maybe behind the scenes and them making their video and XYZ, all that kind of stuff. Would you? And she goes, F yeah, it's only $4.99, and walks off. I was like, I have to build this thing. So we built Fanbase, launched it. Over that first year, we got to about 10,000 users, and one user made $6,000 out of 10,000 users. And okay, I have a proof of concept. People will subscribe to people. So we went to Apple initially, and they wouldn't let me build the product that I wanted to build, which really had me scared because I had spent $200,000 building the app. So initially, Apple said no, that they would not let me build a platform where you could in-app purchase, subscribe to another person. So I was devastated, but my smart CTO said, let's listen to their rules and we'll follow their rules, and we'll be able, if we do this, you're about to do something that's never been done. And we did. And so Fanbase is the first native application that allows a person to subscribe to another person just like they would subscribe to Spotify or Netflix or Hulu. So in the modern era, now the last 4 or 5 years, you might have seen apps like Instagram say start launching subscriptions, and TikTok and Twitter and Snapchat. All of those platforms got that from Fanbase and myself. We were the first to do it. When I heard that Instagram was building subscriptions, we called up Apple. We called up our Apple App Store developer rep and said, how is Instagram allowed to do what we can't do? And the comment was, well, we've had a change of heart of how we view subscriptions. I bet. Because the subscription market is going to be massive. And I tell people all the time, like, people subscribing to people is going to be immensely popular. There's only 222 million people with a Netflix subscription on the planet, but there's 7.5 billion people on the planet with a smartphone. So people subscribing to people will be bigger than Netflix ever could be. So now we're in 2020 and we can't move. I'm stuck. And I spent my own money, but we need to raise capital to really go to the next level. And I had a call with a venture capitalist. And VCs and angel investors are those individuals that invest in startups and give them their early capital to grow. And the first question they asked me was, why would you want to go up against Mark Zuckerberg? It was really like, I think your idea is kind of dumb, because why would you want to go up against Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook and Instagram when they're such powerhouses? They're these big, giant platforms. You know what I'm saying? They monopolize everything. And me knowing something that they don't know, which is Black culture and youth are what powers social media platforms. And so there's no amount of innovation that Facebook and Instagram can do that are going to capture kids, because kids are always going to want to be on apps that their parents are not on. The moment my mother got on the moment my mother got on Facebook, I left Facebook and I was on Instagram and stayed there. And so kids are going to continue to migrate. And I believe that every social media platform has a lifespan. It will live, it will die. I believe that MySpace is dead. Facebook's a senior citizen. Instagram's a middle-aged adult. Snapchat's a millennial. TikTok's a centennial. And I position Fanbase to be the next generation platform that's a successor platform to these other platforms. So I'm not so much in competition with them as they are with me, because their platforms are built on advertising. Fanbase does not have an ad model. We are a rev share platform that allows any user on the planet to post content and have followers and subscribers on the same page. So that's the cool thing about that. I wanted to, well, let me see. I don't know if I can present, or if I can't present, it's okay. I'll talk about the functionality of the platform. So on traditional platforms, there we go. So I want to say this: you can be yourself without limits, because everyone has a fan base, right? So Fanbase is free, fun to use social network, has photo, video, audio, live streaming features that allow any user to place selected content behind paywalls. And I think that's extremely important. You can do this because everyone has a fan base. The existing problem that right now is that existing social networks don't pay users for their content, right? They just don't. They don't pay users for their content, and that's terrible. Platforms are getting rich off users, and they make billions of dollars off ads and give us nothing. Nothing. Nobody makes a dime. TikTok ad revenue in 2021 was $11 billion. Mostly nobody got any of that revenue. And I believe that youth and Black culture drive social media, right? And so I think that's the most important part. And that's what that VC, that's what I said to that VC. I said, this is what I said to the VC that I thought was very, very important. I said, I can build everything that Facebook and Instagram can build, but Facebook and Instagram can't build me. And I think that's the most important part about this, is that those networks can't build me. I can build what they can build. Now, the issue of content suppression is a frustrating user, well documented. Even the Kardashians are very, very upset that their content doesn't get seen by everybody. And content suppression is done by all these social media platforms, right? Every single solitary one. And that's because they run ads. And I tell people, why would Instagram let you reach 1 million people when they're about to charge Coca-Cola or McDonald's or Chick-fil-A to reach 1 million people? If you can reach 1 million people by posting your content, then McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, and Coca-Cola would come and hand you a check and let you promote on your page. So for that reason, Instagram suppresses your content, right? And so if you look at Kim Kardashian's post, right, her post, even having 348 million followers at this time, and it's probably way more, her posts only reached 4.3% of her people, right? And that's because if she could reach 348 million people, that's like 3 times the equivalent of the Super Bowl. So she could charge like $26 million for a commercial on her Instagram page if she could reach 26 million people simultaneously. So for that very reason, they suppress her content. So the fan base difference is no content suppression, reach all your followers, and full content monetization. Now, we're in the subscription era. And what I mean by that is social media is the only remaining media vertical that is not subscriber based, right? And 54% of in-app purchases in 2020 were recurring. So we're in the subscription era. And subscription economy will grow to $1.5 trillion by 2025, more than double its current value at $650 billion. So I'm telling you, subscriptions are coming. Now, how to use fan base is easy. You can follow anyone, subscribe to that same person, unlock content using virtual currency. Anybody can create a fan base page and anybody can use that page to earn money. And what features does fan base have? Well, fan base has 6 content verticals, media verticals that you can create content with. Photos and videos, which are posts, flicks, which is short form videos like TikTok and Reels, audio chat rooms like Clubhouse and Twitter Spaces, stories, live streaming, and Fan Base Plus, right? And Fan Base Plus is dope because Fan Base Plus is like your YouTube, your Netflix, where you can put long form content up to 2 hours behind a paywall. People subscribe to that. So if you have a master class, a tutorial, you're a chef, a creator, you want to put a sitcom, a movie, a short film, you can put that behind your Fan Base Plus page. And that is your YouTube. That is your Netflix for you to be yourself. And we just launched, right, Fan Base Plus on web, on desktop. So now you can put that same content behind a paywall and people can actually pay with the credit card as well now too. So we doubled the way that you can actually monetize. And coming soon, we're gonna have Apple Pay, GPay, and PayPal to be able to do that. Now, how to post content on Fanbase is easy. Take a photo or video, share it as normal content. If you want to make it exclusive, you have to say it's exclusive, and then you have to say you want it exclusive, and then you have to agree that it's the content that belongs to you, and you're not stealing it from somebody else, because that's very important. We don't want copyright infringement of users' content. We don't want to do that. And then how's Fanbase monetized? So you can subscribe to a user, you can love a post, right, using digital currency we call love, and you can unlock posts, right? And that's the way that how Fanbase is monetized. Now, we've pilot launched a program about subscriptions that now you can charge between $2.99 a month and $99.99 a month for people to subscribe to your content. So we have 8 price points: $2.99, $4.99, $9.99, $14.99, $19.99, $24.99, and $49.99 and $99.99. So that's even better. Also, we make coming to Fanbase very easy. I had the team build a program that allows to copy all of your content from Instagram and paste it over on your Fanbase page, right? And that's very, very important because it makes starting the platform very easy. And that works for TikTok as well. So to copy everything from Instagram, paste it over on Fanbase, it still stays on Instagram, but now you start fresh with up to 2,000 posts that you can put on your Fanbase page and you're off to the races and going. And that really helps you start a brand new platform. It's extremely important. Fanbase pays users 50% of revenue, but I want people to see that this is on par with Twitch. Twitch takes 50% of subscription revenue. YouTube takes 55% of revenue, and TikTok pays users 2 to 4 cents per 1,000 views, right? That's terrible. We take 20%. Apple and Google take 30% because it's their app stores and their gangster, and then we give 50% to the user. But again, that's in par with all the other platforms. And then you see your revenue in real time. So you can always go to your revenue dashboard, see what type of money that you're making, see what type of trends you have, the subscriptions you have going on, and get paid. We pay users at the beginning of every month, right? Through Stripe Connect. So you enter a debit card or a bank account, and the money flows into your account the first of every month. Now I want to show you my phenomenal team. I'm founder and CEO, Isaac Hayes. You see Ramiro Canavas, my CTO, Richard Vincenzi, my CFO advisor, Santiago Noguez as our UX UI designer and creative director. John Van Hala is my senior marketing advisor. Federico Fedi Cardinali is our dev leader. Julian Bravo, resource coordinator. Dre Davis, the incredible Dre Davis, who's been in the music industry for over 20 years, is our director of creator artist relations. Cam Miller is our product marketing manager. Bill Campbell is widely known for the guy that created all the licenses that TikTok and Instagram and all these platforms use from the music industry. So I had to have him on the team because as we build through music, I needed Bill. And then GW Wright comes from Locker Room Sports Agency. He's the director of sports and athletics. He comes from Beats by Dre. He was one of the first people to do those deals with LeBron James, Richard Sherman, and Colin Kaepernick. And that's it. Everyone has a fan base. And so going back now, I'm done with that slide, so we can go back to the camera. Let me see if I can close this. Do I remove that? Boom, I'm back. So, oh, wait, is it back again? Let me remove it. All right. Oh, I keep doing it. Y'all keep doing it. I'm sorry. There you go. My bad. So, at this point, fan base has grown immensely, even so much in the last week or so. How I was able to raise this money is through equity crowdfunding, and that's extremely important. Equity crowdfunding is allowing non-accredited investors to invest in early stage companies. People know that accredited investors are people that have a net worth over $1 million minus their primary residence or make $200,000 a year for 2 consecutive years. So that's AKA rich people, right? And it's not even about color because this law has been in effect since 1933. So it's allowed wealthy people to have the opportunity to invest in early stage private companies before anybody else could. So the Microsofts, Apples, Googles, Facebooks, Ubers of the world were invested by very, very rich people for very, very small amounts of money. One Uber investor, the lowest Uber investor, put $5,000 into that seed round. And when that company went public in 2019, that $5,000 was worth $24 million. His name is Orrin Michaels. You can Google it, look it up. Google what the seed investors of Uber made. They made a lot of money. So back in 2012, Barack Obama and Joe Biden signed this law called the Jobs Act into law. And it went live 2015. And it said that anybody can raise up to $1 million from the general public without them being an accredited investor. So it presented that opportunity. So I applied for equity crowdfunding in the middle of COVID and got accepted and went on to raise in 3 rounds on Start Engine $9.5 million for Fanbase. I am the first Black man to raise over $9 million in equity crowdfunding. I have the second fastest day, raising over $700,000, I think, in 24 hours. And it was actually more than that because we had about a $2.3 million wait list the next day because the round closed immediately. I met the goal. It was over with. And so I continued that. And the reason why that's important is that I wanted to give users the opportunity to have equity in these platforms. Who better than to have equity in the platforms that we use and the people that use them? Facebook didn't give us that opportunity, Instagram. And so, especially for young people, I am in the final stages of my last and final crowdfunding round in the Reg CF era on Start Engine. Next up for us is Series A, but you can invest if anybody wants to invest. And I know I don't have graphics here, but you can go to startengine.com/fanbase to invest. I'm gonna tell you why that's important. The minimum to invest in Fanbase is $245 to grab some shares. We have over 12,000 investors in Fanbase, and Fanbase's first evaluation when I raised that first $1 million was $20 million. We've grown from $20 million to $50 million to $85 million valuation. And that $85 million valuation was this time last year. I have not increased my valuation in an entire year. And in the last year, we've doubled in user growth. We're having a huge spike because of some of the things that happen over at Clubhouse, and large amounts of people are leaving the platform. And they're coming over and saying, look, we couldn't even invest in Clubhouse, and they changed the whole platform on us. So they're buying shares and then coming over to Fanbase and bringing their audiences over there. And we're seeing massive user growth. Fanbase is available in 212 countries on 7 continents, including Antarctica, on iOS and Android. And we're coming up on 500,000 users. And so Fanbase is no longer valued at $85 million. Definitely not. It's worth way more than that. We're having a great run right now, and the things that the team are doing are absolutely phenomenal. So I tell everybody, remember this day that you saw this video, and you saw this because, again, no one ever gave you a chance to invest in Instagram. But if you had the chance to invest in Instagram, if you know what you know now about Instagram and TikTok and Facebook and Uber, would you do it? Absolutely. And here's what's important about that. They made the accredited investor rule that said they wanted to protect people from making bad investments. They wanted to protect Mrs. Jenkins from throwing away her life savings on a bad investment, right? Yeah, but it's no problem that she can go down to the bingo parlor. She can go to the casino and gamble $5,000 away. She can throw away $5,000 on lottery tickets, but how come she can't put $5,000 on the startup? Even if 10 friends got together and put $500 a piece into Uber, they would have made $2.5 million off $500. So why can't they do that? So that's why the accredited investor rule and the Jobs Act are so important for people like that in scaling businesses. And since raising this $9.5 million, going all the way a little bit over 10 with this round, I've actually introduced 3 and 4 other companies to Start Engine that have also gone on to raise $1 million. One called the Black Bread Company out of Chicago. Shout out to Charles Alexander. Crown and Hops is another one. It's a Black-owned brewery. And then there's a dating app that's based around audio called Switch App that is doing a test the waters round right now on Start Engine. If you go there, you can probably find Switch App on Start Engine too, but it's an audio-based dating app. So you get to talk to people more before it's just about swipe culture and trying to hook up. But anyway, I wanted to give them a shout out because my intention behind this is to create generational wealth. You know, my eventual plan and my exit for Fanbase is going to be either be an IPO or an acquisition. And so when you do invest in Fanbase, you're along for the ride. I say you're with us either till we go to the moon or go to the ground. But the cool thing about it is people spend $245 on tennis shoes or a steak dinner or some drinks. So why not put $245 into a tech company that 6, 7, 8 years from now goes public or gets acquired, and you're like, I forgot about that, but wow, what a flip and what a return on investment. And more importantly, what makes the startup have its value are the users. So you actually add value by moving your audience over to the platform and using the platform. So you can monetize on the front end, have equity on the back end. And so the minimum to invest is $245 in Fanbase. The maximum that you can invest in Fanbase is $100,000. And so our round is starting to catch a speed right now. We just crossed $3.8 million. I'm cutting the round off at $5 million. I'm not going to raise any more than $5 million because right after this, we're going into Series A. And that's where Fanbase has to hit this escape velocity with growth, right? We're going to spend a lot of money very, very fast to scale the company quickly. But this new user growth is helping us out immensely. And I want to change the world and be disruptive in social media. So I'm here to disrupt. I'm here to turn every single person on the planet into their own network via subscription. And that's what Fanbase is all about. And so I've been happy to share this story with you guys. Again, if you want to invest in Fanbase, go to startengine.com/Fanbase so you can invest. The minimum to invest is $245. And then also download Fanbase, use it, make a profile, import all of your content over, make audio rooms, start networking, building community. That is very, very important. That's what I built the app for. And there is no other, founder that's done anything like this to allow people to actually have equity in these multi-billion-dollar startups. Facebook has a $500 billion market cap, right? You know what I'm saying? Like Instagram's worth $200 billion. The ByteDance, TikTok's parent company, is worth $300 billion. Like we can take these companies to the next level. And so that is exactly why I wanted to have people the opportunity to do this. Clubhouse denied the opportunity for people to invest the app. Those first million users, they said no. And right after that, I said, I'm building audio into Fanbase, and we built it. And it's over there with the other 5 verticals that are available for everybody to use right now. So I thank you. Again, download Fanbase on iOS and Android, and you can subscribe. And you can purchase shares and invest in Fanbase at startengine.com/Fanbase. Thank you.
One thing's for sure, now more than ever, content creators deserve to get paid. And guess what? We're all content creators. And now there's Fanbase, the new subscription social network. Fanbase delivers the complete native app experience with full content monetization, no algorithms that slow your engagement or growth, and no ads. Follow anyone for free. Plus, subscribe directly to your favorite creators and brands for $3.99 a month. Or make a Fanbase page and monetize your content the same way. Finally, connect with your following by posting the amazing content you already create and now get paid for it. It's time to energize and monetize because everyone's a fan of something and everyone has a fan base. At Fanbase, we're focused on giving a voice to content creators and diversity from all backgrounds. Entrepreneurs, musicians, fitness enthusiasts, foodies, makeup artists, influencers, everybody can create a Fanbase page and instantly become a paid content creator. To make your content exclusive, first upload or choose the picture or video you'd like to share. Next, click the exclusive content button. Then click the exclusive content agreement button. All exclusive content must be owned and created by the user. Exclusive content and their creators are protected from copyright infringement by our Fanbase terms of service. That's it! Exclusive posts can be found at the far right tab of any profile and is also identified with a Fanbase banner in the feed. Exclusive posts can be unlocked by any user by subscribing or using Loves. So what are you waiting for? Subscribe to your favorite content creator or start creating exclusive content today. Fanbase, subscription social media.
Are you ready to unlock your full potential and reignite your success? Welcome to Royal Empowerment Group, where we believe in elevating, empowering, and excelling. Our mission is to unlock excellence and redefine success through coaching, mentorship, and leadership. At Royal Empowerment Group, we offer personalized coaching and mentorship programs tailored to help you overcome obstacles, unleash your inner strength, and achieve greatness. Need guidance on your entrepreneurial journey? Our Empowered Beyond Belief entrepreneurship firm provides the tools and support you need to build and grow your dream business. Looking to inspire and empower others? Our Empowered Beyond Belief speaking firm and bureau connects you with captivating international speakers who will leave lasting impressions. For businesses seeking to thrive, our Empowered Beyond Belief business consulting firm offers strategic insights and expert advice to elevate your company to new heights. Elevate, empower, and excel with Royal Empowerment Group, where excellence meets success. Join us today and embrace your royalty. It's time to unlock your excellence and redefine your success.
After searching for a job for 6 months, a friend introduced me to Yvonne on LinkedIn. I consulted with her and decided to hire her to provide me with career coaching. Yvonne is motivated to help each client reach their goals. After the first session, I was able to gain the clarity and vision for my career that I needed. I started developing so much confidence that by the second week I attended a job interview and got hired on the spot. We accelerated my coaching, and Yvonne provided flexibility in her approach and pivoted my training to career advancement success for the first 90 days. Yvonne closed my job search gap in 2 weeks and provided the confidence I needed to communicate my value, land a job I love, and increase my income. If you're looking for a job or career advancement, I highly recommend Yvonne.
Are ready. Megan D. Martino is up next. That is definitely going to be sharing with us how to propel not only our business, but also our life. So, with no further ado, I am definitely going to ask each and every one of you to help me welcome Megan D. Martino to the Royal Influencers Entrepreneurship Virtual Conference.
Oh, hello.
So with that said, Megan D. Martino, how are you?
I'm well. I'm so excited to be here. I'm blessed to share some information. I was really enjoying.
Hello, Megan D. Martino.
Can you not hear me? Can you not hear me, Ramona?
I can hear you. Yes.
Oh, good.
There's a little bit of a delay, but yes, I can hear you. I can hear you well.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I am thrilled to be here and share internationally with your guests all over the world about entrepreneurship. You know, this is about the Royal Influencers, but entrepreneurs. And we're on some level all entrepreneurs, on some level. And the definition of an entrepreneur is to organize and orchestrate a business, but having the greatest risk, a financial risk. And that is an entrepreneur, meaning that you have that dream, goal, and desire to start something. Would you agree with that? I don't know if it's interactive, but anyhow, because I see your photo, your image here and you're live.
Absolutely.
So anyway, yes. So we're all aspiring to do something. And I was listening to Isaac, and it was so powerful. I've listened to him a few times now, and I'm absolutely going to get involved with fan base because business is always evolving. I go back to the definition of an entrepreneur, meaning that it is a person who orchestrates and organizes a business, but has the greatest financial risk. And that's what he was also speaking about. And when something like Fanbase can monetize for you, it's very, very exciting as you are putting your heart and soul into your business, because that's what you're doing. When you step off that bridge and start something, you are taking that financial risk, but it's that burning desire that continues to keep you driven to do it. I don't know if you'll play it at the end, but I have a kind of a speaker sizzle reel, and it's the last 30 years of my entrepreneurship. And it started when I was in my early 40s. But prior to that, folks,
wow.
Yes, in my early 40s, 30 years ago. But I had a dream, I had a goal, and I had a desire. But, you know, I'm going to give you one nugget here. And along the way, if you want to, I'll tell you when to write some things down. Because, again, this goes back to what Isaac was saying, is, again, do what you know and do what you love. Because so many people that I coach and work with and mentor and have trained over the years, they have this, wanderlust of that next best thing. Oh, I'll start this, but I'll go over there. That is the easiest way to abort your mission because it takes that focus. You have to start and stay focused with it. And if you continue to jump around, you will never start anything. So it is really in that commitment to yourself. It's the commitment to what you're doing. Exactly. Okay, so it is truly do what you know, do what you love. My bio says, Ramona, that I'm a New York girl, deep in the heart of Texas, with a creative, serving, mentoring spirit. So why do I say that? Well, first off, I was born outside of New York City.
I agree.
City, on Long Island, and it was a very important piece to my DNA, my creative DNA. I thought I was going to be a fashion designer, but my dad said, I wanted to go to FIT, but my dad said, no, you have to go to a Catholic girls' college. So I went to Marymount outside of DC. And to me, it was a waste of time. And so I said, Dad, I'm not going back. And I started my career at Lord & Taylor in a buyer's training program. Then I went on to Bloomingdale's and I worked in the buying office of cosmetics. I've always been interested, as I said, in fashion, but that opened my eyes to, let's just call it beauty, okay, for now. And I was able, I wasn't a buyer, but I worked in the buying office. So I was able to observe people like Estee Lauder, the real Estee Lauder. And what really impressed me about Estee Lauder as a young woman.
One of my favorites.
Yes, I mean, but she was a pioneer in gift with purchase, and she was, you know, a multimillionaire by this point, but she still traveled the United States to all the A and B level department stores and did trunk shows and did education herself. So it truly impressed upon me that it wasn't going to be that immediate gratification. It was about building relationships. It was about building your business. She took that relationship building seriously. But again, that gift with purchase, because you remember, you know, you buy X dollars and you get something, and that is a way to expand your fan base, you know, to expand people trying other things that you are manufacturing, as she did. So during that season, Ramona, and everyone listening, I had one of those aha moments or epiphany moments. I was very young. I was in my 20s. This is in the probably 74-ish. And one day, well, back up, Bloomingdale's took on a line from London called Biba. Now, if you watched the movie on the Freddie Mercury story, you know, Queen, there was a scene in that his girlfriend Mary was tying a scarf around his neck. That was in Biba. She worked at Biba on Carnaby Street. Well, Biba cut a deal with Bloomies in the 70s, very revolutionary, that they brought in Biba, but the cosmetics, the glamour cosmetics, not skincare, and the cosmetic stand, big mirrors, black counter. We had to wear bell bottoms and ruffled shirts. Anyhow, it was in or right outside the junior department, not in the stuffy, stodgy cosmetic floor. So it was in that department. So one day, and I had been trained by the makeup artist from Biba, because I was young, and they said, well, why don't you work with this line? I said, wow, really? Kind of thing. And so that was the beginning of my training in cosmetics and in aesthetics. And so one day I was in the Bloomingdale's in Stamford, Connecticut, and I'll never forget this, one of those aha pivotal moments. And in the background was Don McLean's Bye Bye American Pie, drove my Chevy to the levee and the levee went dry. Well, that was playing, and I had this aha moment that someday I was going to do this. Because remember, I said I was going to be a fashion designer. Well, Ray DiMartino, said no, couldn't go to FIT. But I knew not necessarily just fashion, but creative. So do what you know, do what you love. Do what you know, do what you love. And so that was in the 70s. Now, many years later, but I stayed in the general category, so to speak. In 1980, I took a job with an international paper company that had a beauty division, and they wanted to add some products to that division. They were the largest and oldest manufacturer of private label, yes, but end wraps. So if you've ever had a perm or a reverse perm, they put the tissue on the perm rod. So they wanted to, that was one single product, but they wanted to add other products to that. So that was my job, to do R&D, research and development, and then, ferret out information, get it to the board, and decide what they were going to do. So we put together a non-woven toweling for the nail industry. So in the 80s, everyone was starting to get acrylic nails. Okay? So I would go into salons who were doing acrylic nails.
I remember those days.
And they kept saying, well, they're ruining my towels. Why? Because the nail bed would harden. It was from bonding teeth. That's a little, piece of information, a little history. Okay? The nail industry came from the dental industry, but that's a whole other story. So
Isn't that phenomenal? Wow.
Right? So I would go back to the guys at the boardroom and say, well, they need some toweling. What does it need to be like? Well, absorbent, lint-free, and so forth. So we put together the original nail towel for the industry called the table towel. And I private labeled it for OPI and Creative Nail and all of the larger nail companies. So that is what I went to school on, guys. Do what you know, do what you love. Stay with it. But I needed to learn that. If I was ever going to start a business to start and scale and then sustain, I needed all of that skill set. As Isaac was talking about fan base and audio and digital and Facebook and Instagram and TikTok, guys, let me make this clear. None of that has come easily to me. I didn't grow up with a computer in my lap or a phone in my hand. Okay.
I can relate.
No. And I remember, and it was in the early 90s, and I got myself one of those mobile phones that looked like a suitcase, a small suitcase. So I have pushed, right? Because I had
a lot of people probably forgot about those days, right?
Exactly. I mean, forget, the evolution of it. It was like this big box thing. But anyhow, the point is that I knew, because I've been in marketing all of my business career, that if I was going to evolve my business or start a business, because when I got that box, that was not even my own business. I hadn't started my own business yet. And so with that said, I still was working for a corporate job, but at that point. Right. So why do I say New York girl with a creative? Yes, we've been talking about that. I have a creative spirit. But why do I say deep in the heart of Texas? Well, in 1987, I took a job with Alcon Laboratories. If you wear contact lenses, you might know Alcon. But I took a job. They recruited me because they had purchased a small lab. Alcon is a large pharmaceutical company and manufactured products for the ophthalmologist and the dermatologist. They just, though, bought this small lab of a manufacturing of hair care products. And they wanted to repackage, reposition, and bring out new products. So they recruited me, and I flew down to Texas, and they met with them. Texas, this New York girl, oh my gosh. I mean, it was like going to the dark side of the moon. But by this point, remember what I said in 1974, someday I'm going. Yeah, oh, big difference. But remember I said, someday I'm going to create something. Remember I said that. So all these years, this was in the back of my mind that I was going to create a glamour skincare something line. Now, these last 5 years, I had worked with a paper company. So it was time to do the skincare brand. It was time to do that. But guys, there was no Google. There was nothing to, Google the latest ingredient listing. No. It didn't exist. There was no social media. There were no websites. So I had to learn from very sophisticated chemists. So I took that job in Fort Worth, Texas, specifically so I could learn about ingredients and how to put products together. So I worked with them for 5 years and then learned a lot. And while I had that job, I put together technically my first brand of skincare products called Glycolic, based on glycolic acid, alpha hydroxy fruit acids. I was one of the first selling into the salon industry. So that's my claim to fame. I helped the salon industry get into skincare, spa, the word
amazing.
Spa. Yeah. So again, organize and to create and then do, meaning that is a entrepreneur. You have to organize your thoughts, decide what you're going to do,
Absolutely.
and then do it to do it, but with that financial risk.
Absolutely.
So when I started
Absolutely.
that business, Ramona and everyone, I sold my home to finance the business. When I went to banks, because I put together the line, went to the same industry that I had worked with for many years, with the large paper company, then Alcon, I had a reputation. So the distributors took on this skincare line. And I went to banks with POs this thick from these distributors. And they said, "Where's your husband?" I said, "I don't have one of those." They wanted someone like my husband to co-sign this loan. Wow. So this is in the dark ages, guys.
But what a question.
Yes. Oh, what a question. Yes. Where is your husband? Nope, don't have one of those. But I have all these orders. So what I did is I factored them, and this is not about that, but I want people to hear that it's about do what you love, do what you know. Now, I didn't just, and the do what you know is very important, because even though I had that epiphany in 1974 that I was going to create a skincare glamour cosmetic line, I didn't have the background, Ramona, and our guests listening, I didn't. So I needed to take that job with that large paper company. That was a great opportunity because they gave me they trusted me to, put together and do that market research and put it together, do the graphics, working with their graphic people, then take it to market and then sell it. So I learned all of those skill sets while I was working with them. I would never have been offered the job with Alcon had I never done that. So it's about do what you love, do what you know. And so, but it's critical to gain that clarity. But we'll get to clarity in a minute.
I love it. Okay. I love it.
So here is Megan DiMartino starting this skincare brand. And even though I thought I was capitalized, I sold my home and had been saving for it as well. But you never have enough. That's what Isaac was speaking about, meaning that those money raises. Now it's very different. There are opportunities like he's speaking about to do that. But I started that business and then built it. And then the lab that manufactured it, and it was over 7 figures. And the lab came knocking on my door saying, "Would you like to sell us this business?" We've always wanted to get into the wholesale beauty industry, meaning selling to distributors and Matrix and Redken houses and Paul Mitchell and those kind of companies. And I at first said no, but then I thought about it, and they offered me a position to consult also. So I thought, it would be a way to monetize that and stabilize my life, so to speak, like you said, propel your business in life, and then start anew. And so that's exactly what I did. So I sold Glycolic, the first line, in 1996, worked with them for a couple of years, about a year and a half, and then launched my current line, which I still have, called Novita, Novita, Novita Spa Clinicals. Novita means new birth, new life, always something new in Italian. And I launched that in 1997. And I then developed with an IT guy my first URL. I mean, people, they'll see that I've had this URL,
Right.
Ramona, since 98. And they're like, oh my
Wow.
God, I wasn't even born, you know? And then in 2004, we put
Wow.
a shopping cart on the URL. Yes.
That's amazing.
So,
I love it.
So what I'm saying is you're continuing to evolve, right? You've got to start small, dream big, and scale fast. Never stop scaling, which is really evolving, because things are going
I love
always
that.
change.
I love that. Start small, dream big, and scale fast.
Yes, yes, yes. You never stop, and you're always scaling. You're always, to me, scaling is evolving, meaning you're paying attention to what's going on, you know, what's happening. It's just like you and I and many of our colleagues coming on to Clubhouse, you know, back in December of 20, January of 21, meaning seeing that and then getting involved with it, and not just passively, but actively getting involved. And so, but with that said, we're always paying attention to what is evolving and happening. So make no mistake, I'm going to get involved with fan base. I'll just say that right now. And, you know, I'll study it and then get involved and see how,
There you go.
Yeah.
Love it.
Trust me, I'm going to. So do what you do. I mean, do what you know, rather, and do what you love. Because if you don't love something, now listen to this, Ramona. You are, you know, a consultant and coach and mentor. You've worked with so many people. If they're not doing what they love, then they're going to go over and look at that next shining object. And then they're going to abort that beginning. Doesn't mean that you won't evolve it. That's what I'm trying to impress upon people, that it's always going to evolve. But it's, I didn't go from skincare to insurance, you know, I mean, or XYZ. I stayed in the same wheelhouse.
There you go.
Okay. So in 2004,
it was kind of, it was a niche, if you will. It was a niche.
Absolutely. You know, I got my aesthetic license in right before I started Glycolique, so in 91, as I was putting that together. I didn't need that to launch a skincare brand, but I knew that someday I would start either a spa myself or a training center. And so I prepared for that. And it also gave legitimacy and credibility. So with that said, in 2004, I was going to do a purchase, an existing salon in Fort Worth, Texas, but I mentioned it to somebody and they ended up sharing it with somebody else, and they bought it from under me with cash money. So I knew that God had another plan. Okay. It's a long story, but that's the short of it. Wow. So I happened to go down to Austin the weekend after this.
Yes.
And I'll tie it to a point. So I went down to Austin to connect with a friend that weekend after. And I just got off 35, Interstate 35, to go to a festival with a friend. And I saw this town, Georgetown. And I said, wow, this is a really cool little place. And because a beautiful historic square, courthouse in the middle, great little shops around it. So I started studying Georgetown. So guess what, guys? I came to Georgetown, Texas. I kept my warehouse and manufacturing in Fort Worth, the Dallas area, and personally moved to Georgetown, Texas, and started what became the Novitas Spa and Medical Rejuvenation Clinic. So remember, I was a licensed esthetician, so I was the person that pioneered it. So over the next 17 years, very, very well known, award-winning, just a lot of pioneering and uniqueness to what I did, always scaling, always evolving, never staying static, always scaling, always evolving. So in 2020, when we all were involved in Clubhouse, and well, not yet, it was March, but in the beginning of the lockdown, I never went dark because people bought products on the shopping cart on the website. So when I saw that we were going to be forced to close for a bit, I brought in a lot of inventory from my warehouse in Dallas And so as long as FedEx was open, I was shipping. I was the shipper. And so during that season, though, I started a podcast called Unique Leaders Live. You can go to YouTube, you can find it. Interviewed Sharon Lechter, Greg Reed, Glenn Lundy, so many people. Anyhow, it is there. We did it for 2 years. But during that season, I was, as I said, always there. And one day this guy knocked on the door because people did come to buy gift cards and product as well. So did curbside, so to speak. And so this guy knocked on the door, opened it, and he said, he identified himself and he said, would you be interested in selling me your business? I was like, I'm not sure. So come on in. So 6 feet over there, 6 feet over there. So we discussed it and negotiated it. I did not sell the trade name Novitas Spa, which is federally trademarked. I did not sell the URL that I established in '98, and I did not sell the product line and the name, which is of the same name. So it was an asset purchase, and which means the very expensive laser equipment, the lease, the beautiful finish out, the location, all that. So I sold that in 2020 in June. Now, we also started, though, doing in 2019 regenerative stem cell therapy. And that was really because I needed a knee replacement and did not want surgery or the downtime. It's a long story, but I'm a researcher of sorts, so I did not want surgery. I really could not walk, though.
Wow.
So I ended up going to Dallas to a clinic, a friend of a friend type of thing, referred. And I had 1 cc in my left knee, and 5 years later, I have still a new knee. So I did research to see if I could bring it into my medical spa, which we had. And so we started doing regenerative stem cell in January of 2019. Always evolving, guys, always looking out there,
Absolutely
always
phenomenal.
seeing what's available, always seeing what's in.
Yes, I love that.
Okay,
So,
in your niche,
yes,
in your wheelhouse.
absolutely.
Do what you love, do what you know, okay? So when the guy bought the asset purchase,
I love it.
I mean, I
Love
said
that. Thank you.
you're not going to buy that part either, buddy. And so, of course, he didn't. And so I haven't stopped doing it. And then with patients and my nurses who were trained and my medical director and all that. And then this time last year, I opened a new clinic a block
Right.
away from the original one. He has
Oh, my
since
goodness.
left a whole story. So I'm off
Wow.
to starting.
What a phenomenal
fourth.
story.
I'm off to starting my 4th business. Okay.
Phenomenal.
So
I cannot. You know what? Megan, I have a question for you. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much. Let's everybody show Megan D. Martino some love for that phenomenal keynote that she just shared with us, and those major takeaways, which is do what you know, do what you love, and definitely take action. So with that said, we definitely want to say thank you to all of the phenomenal speakers, and especially to this upcoming speaker that's coming up shortly that we are getting ready to hear from. as well, who is going to be coming and sharing major value. Sean Dodd is his name. He has a phenomenal story, phenomenal history. He is doing phenomenal things. He's a father, grandfather, a husband, and doing absolutely as well, Sean Dodd. And I cannot wait for you to give us this phenomenal keynote that you are getting ready to share on how to maximize and monetize social media.
Let's go. This will be fun. Hi, everyone. Well, Ramona is so awesome. I just appreciate it. It's an absolute pleasure to be here with all of you today. Thank you again to Ramona and all the people in Royal Influencers. First ever, I get to hang out with you guys. How exciting. First, I got to thank my friends and my family and my business partners who support me. And it just means the world to me to see that. I also have to thank the followers that I have all over the social media that are super supportive. My tribe, my community, you guys and gals are so special. But I'm here before you not as an expert or a guru, but someone who's journeyed through the labyrinth of social media and emerged on the other side. I have insights to share because of this. I gaze upon the impressive lineup of speakers today and tomorrow, and these thought leaders are incredible. But I couldn't help but wonder, what threads connect all of us? What commonality unites these luminaries from various walks of life? You see, I really had to dig into it. I had to find out, because it's not every day you get an opportunity to share these virtual hallways with such amazing people. But I'm proud to say I have found the answer. And the answer to what connects us all will be revealed at the culmination of my talk, so please stay tuned. Today, I'm here to discuss a phenomenon that's reshaping the very contours of our lives, our businesses, and even the very dynamics of within our own families. But before we dive deep into the transformative power of social media, let me share a staggering statistic that sets the stage for our conversation today. In the next 3 to 5 years, a whopping 85% of advertising and marketing dollars will shift away from traditional mediums like television, print and flow, and even the mighty search engines as we know them. It's going to shift into the ever-expanding river of social media. And it's a seismic shift, a tectonic movement of hundreds of billions of dollars that will be reshaping the landscape of our digital world. Now, I just want you to think about it for a moment. Think about how staggering this is, that 3 billion people have downloaded the TikTok app alone. And it has a monthly user base of 1.8 billion people. Social media just isn't about connecting. It's becoming the new frontier of search engines, a virtual treasure trove of knowledge and connection. Social media has taken over the very search engines that power us today as we know it. Social media is turning our businesses into successes and into failures virtually overnight. So I'm here to solve this problem for you. I'm here to help you see how to use this power and set you up for success. Now, I fully understand why I'm able to grace the same hallways as leaders, but you still need to learn why I'm able to grace these hallways of these great leaders. And so I can appreciate that. So I am known as Iron Ranger 023 on social media. Now, the story of how I got that name is so surreal. I have to take you back in time to understand it. I have to take you back so you can see the type of person who is speaking to you today. So I'm going to tell you my story. I grew up in the adopted care of prison guards as parents. A childhood marked by adversity and control. The mere sound of my stepfather's voice would send shivers down my spine. Every time he yelled my name, I never knew whether I was about to have an unjust punishment come my way. At the age of 11, I worked for the first time, and I haven't stopped working since the age of 11, but I got a paperboy route. Now, I know that seems funny, but it was interesting to me. I was very prideful of it. And after my first year of being on this paper carrier route, I went to this awards dinner. And they awarded the Carrier of the Year award to this girl. I didn't even know the award existed. So I made it a mission to win it the next 3 years. Now, the girl who won it before was my crush. So it was really also an opportunity to get her to like me. And she did that year. She went out with me, but then broke up the next year when I beat her again. So it kind of how that works. So in high school, I was actually a star athlete. I won all-state wide receiver for football. I had a 3.67 GPA. I ran second in state for track for the 800 meters. And I stole the most bases in league history in baseball that year. It was broken the next year, but hey, I had it for a whole year, right? So with all that, you'd think I'd be popular. I really wasn't. I didn't know how to connect with other kids. And frankly, my parents never let me do much outside the house. I was petrified to bring a friend home to my house where they were sure to run into my alcoholic stepfather. I couldn't get out of that house fast enough. Even with a scholarship offer, I didn't know how I was going to pay for college, live on my own. So I joined the Army. And I excelled really quickly in the Army, racking up the top physical training scores in the Army. I ranked in the top 2% of all physical training scores at one point. I quickly learned the job I was assigned as a mechanized infantryman, being told that my airborne ranger slot was delayed. I was put out of airborne school 7 times, and I was told, hey kid, it's because of the needs of the Army. That the needs of the Army were more important, and that's what your contract states. I didn't let that deter me. I didn't let that shift me. So I focused in and I fought. I decided to give everything I had to the job that I was given. And I won the Soldier of the Year award in 1999 for the 1st Infantry Division, the largest division in the U.S. Army, excelling over 25,000 other people. I went to battle and I saw combat in Bosnia where I saw my best friend killed. Then I came back home. And when I came back home, I was given the opportunity to go to airborne school again. But this time, I wasn't taking no for an answer. I went into airborne school and I was told I was going to get kicked out again. I went to the sergeant major at the time that ran the airborne school, and I pleaded my case. And I said, I can beat every single one of these people in this school. And he went to the commander and told the story of what I had to go through to get to that day, to get to that moment, to have an 8th chance to be at airborne school. The commander all but told me, you're not going to get in. And I begged one more time. I gave him my pitch. The commander went out and told the entire class that because there were 650 people and only 250 people could be there. And he told us it was going to be the largest class in airborne school history. And they implemented because they couldn't just take me without taking everyone. So they took everyone. That's how big of an impact I was luckily able to make. The very next day, we had to run 5 miles. We ran it in a 6-minute mile pace. Needless to say, the 250 people that were left in the class were all that were left after that. Many, many, many dropouts. I was grateful because I got to work really hard at airborne school. But while I was there, I was told I couldn't become an Army Ranger and go to Ranger school without the Ranger school accepting me. I didn't know how to do that. So I went to the Ranger school and asked, and they laughed at me and told me to get out. They weren't going to give me an opportunity. So I decided to do something very unique. I went to the broom closet and I pulled out the bucket and I pulled out a sponge and I pulled out cleaner and I went and started cleaning their bathroom. I then started mopping their hallways. And these gentlemen who I outranked would make fun of me and telling me to get the heck out of there. What am I doing? And I said to myself, if I wasn't going to be an Army Ranger, at least I could do was help them and support them. So that's what I did. I worked my butt off every day. After being exhausted from airborne school, I would walk over a few miles to Ranger school and I would go and mop their floors and clean their bathrooms and take out their trash, all while being ridiculed and told I was stupid. The very last day I graduated airborne school, I graduated second in my class, and I went over there in my graduation uniform, shined boots, and I did it one last time. I mopped the Ranger school floors and told them I was happy to be of service. The commanding officer of Ranger School saw it for the last time, realized I was as dedicated as I said I was going to be, and he gave me a slot, and I therefore ended up in the Army Rangers and graduated, again, second in my class. And so I was really grateful for that opportunity. That really shaped me and realized who I was. I was steadfast in winning. I was steadfast in being the best at whatever I put my mindset to. And that is why I know from just that alone, I'm able to grace these hallways. But we're going to keep going with it because the story gets even crazier. How did I get the name Iron Ranger? Well, I went to Korea, fought in Korea, and in the war games, sole survivor of one of the largest war games ever, and got presidential awards. So that put me on the map, and they decided to take me from there and put me in a place where we were getting ready to go to Iraq in 2003. I became an assault squad leader, and I joined the 4th Infantry Division to go into Iraq, and I met a commander called Captain Brian Fonts. You can Google him, Captain Brian Fonts. And when I met him, he said, "What call sign do I give you?" Now, I didn't know it at the time, but he told me that no one else in the military at my position had both expert training in mechanized infantry and ground infantry. And at this time, that was unheard of. Nobody could do mechanized expertise, and nobody could do the light infantry expertise at the same exact time. Nobody had it. So he called me the Iron Ranger, based on a very historical unit. And so my call sign on the radio when I was in Iraq was Iron Ranger. Captain Fonts was a hero of mine because he put me in positions that I was able to help other people. I helped free 102 women from sex slavery while I was over there. I helped take out horrible individuals that were gassing their own people. I helped to do things that I needed to do to make my country and that country better. The people over there were incredible. And when I was leaving Iraq, I had to leave Iraq after being shot, blown off buildings, broken bones and bruised ribs. I decided to leave Iraq finally at one point and get out of the military. And when I was leaving Iraq and the military, Captain Fonts gave me a nice big hug. And he said, "What am I going to do when you're gone? Who's going to watch my back?" And I told him he would be fine. Everything was good. And we said our pleasantries and off I went. Later that day, I flew out of Iraq, and while I was in the air flying out of Iraq, Captain Brian Fonts was killed in combat. I landed in Germany to find out that he was killed. And when I was getting off the plane and I was told this, I was told that I had new orders, and that was to wait for Captain Fonts' remains and take him back home. So I waited in Germany for a few days, and he came out, and I escorted him off the plane. We took care of him. We put him back on the plane and back to the United States. And when we landed in the United States, we landed in Charleston, South Carolina, just in time for a hurricane to roll right over the top of us. I was in an airport by myself with my fallen commander, and I laid with him as a hurricane ran right over the top of us. I escorted him to his final resting place, and his story was told by me. And I met his family, who became my family in return. I love them as much as I love my own family. And so why does this matter? Why is this important in the space of social media? Well, I can tell you a few other things about me to get you there, to help you understand a little bit more. First, I became a consultant when I got out of the military. I worked my butt off from nothing to heading up, sitting at the table as a vice president of consulting for companies called Target, Aspen Dental, Gentle Dental, Farmer Brothers Coffee Company, other billion-dollar companies. And I sat at the table and I worked on business operations and sales with them. And I did a really good job. And then COVID hit, as we all know, the mighty COVID. And I got COVID. And when I got COVID, at the exact same time I got COVID, the owner of my consulting company died of cancer unexpectedly. I was in the hospital with COVID. I had a 12% chance of life because 75% of my lungs were covered in viral pneumonia. I was told I wasn't going to make it. But I told the doctor before they put me on an incubator, I said, give me 1 hour. And if I can't get 1% better, just 1% better in 1 hour, then you can put me down. I told my body what I wanted. My body responded and I got better. And I came out of that hospital almost 3 weeks later. I didn't know what I was going to do. I was at a low. I was trying to figure out how to restart my life. I had no job. I was still recovering from being extremely ill. What am I supposed to do? And then my 11-year-old son, Gavin, came up to me and says, Dad, I want to do TikTok with you. And I'm going to be honest with everybody here. I said, hell no, we are not doing TikTok together. It's absolutely no way. And he, again, pressed me. And I said to myself, if I do not do TikTok with him, he's going to do it without me. So as a parent, I decided I'm all in, Gavin. Let's do TikTok. Let's do those dancey videos. And sure enough, my first TikTok video with my son is me in an inflatable dinosaur outfit, chasing him around and dancing around. And those are still my favorite videos to this day, because that story helped me see what social media can do. We started going live. We started talking to people. We started building a community around us. And in just 3 months, we had about 25,000 followers. These followers were donating to us and giving us stuff. So we decided to give back to our communities. We took this little bit of money, which wasn't a lot, but we took it and we took it to the Children's Hospital. We took it to the Veterans Association. We took it to the homeless shelters. And Gavin and I started taking on ways that we could help our community. And as a father, I was so proud that my son was willing to give back to the community and learned. And I felt very proud I was able to teach him, but he had to go back home and be with his mom. And when he did that, I had to continue the efforts. Now I've amassed over 800,000 followers on social media. I have brands and businesses coming to me, begging me to promote their products and pay me for that. And then I also have brands and businesses coming to me and saying, Sean, how do you do it? How do you grow a community and build this community on social media? And I said, oh my gosh, I'm in a new space that no one has ever done. And I have a chance to blaze a trail for companies, businesses, and other individuals out there through social media. And this is what I'm going to do. We live in a world where the boundaries of physical space are no longer constraints, where ideas and information traverse the globe in mere seconds, where connections are forged with just the tap of a screen. Today, I want to emphasize that not just the significance of being on social media, but the absolute necessity of having a robust social media strategy. To do this, we have to begin by delving into some compelling statistics and insights. Did you know that as of July of 2023, 4.89 people were active social media users? That's over half the global population. That's a whopping 2.4 billion more than in 2017. This number has only grown since then. If you're not on social media and using it effectively, you're essentially missing out on a massive global conversation. Now let's talk about the acquisition cost of acquiring a follower. As of my last update, it costs businesses anywhere between 50 cents to $2.50, depending on what platform they are wanting to get it on, to gain an engaged follower on social media. Now that seems reasonable, right? But here's the kicker. In just a span of 3 years or so, experts predict that exact same engaged follower will cost you $10. That's a 400% increase in acquisition costs. So if you're hesitating about investing in social media now, remember, that waiting might make it significantly more expensive later. It's not about pretty posts, it's about community. Social media just isn't about a platform for sharing pictures and videos, or it's not about just being an individual. It's a place where you get to be a community, where you're a business or individual building a loyal, engaged community around your brand or personal brand. It's just invaluable. Your community will work for you if you use them the right way. Most aren't aware of this and purchase followers, or they purchase pretty posts that someone else does for them. And they find themselves missing the best part of social media, an engaged community. Your online presence is also the first impression you make in today's digital age, where someone hears about you or a new business what's the first thing they're going to do? They're going to Google it or search on social media. So what they find will shape their perception of you and your business. A well-crafted social media profile can make all the difference between a potential customer or a follower choosing you over a competitor. Social proof matters. And that's what's really important here. People are more likely to engage and trust in a brand or individual with a strong social media presence. And you got to adapt or be left behind. The shift in marketing dollars from a traditional advertising to social media isn't a coincidence. It's a response to where the audiences are. And if you're not where your potential customers are, you're essentially invisible to them. The world is changing, and the social media is at the forefront of this change. So as we navigate this ever-evolving digital landscape, remember that social media isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. It's where connections are forged, communities are built, and businesses thrive. Social media is a revolution that holds up the immense potentials for individuals and brands alike, yet navigating this landscape can be a daunting task. And this is where I come in and my team as a social media consultants. Imagine you're in a foreign city, you want to explore hidden gems and navigate the bustling streets. Well, what do? You seek the guidance of someone who knows the ins and outs and shortcuts, the must-visit places, the vast world of social media. I am that guy for you. I am your local guide. One of the first things I do as a social media consultant is I conduct audits. Just like a map, it provides direction into an unknown place. An audit reveals the current state of your social media presence and identifies what's working and what's not. I help you do that. Once we've assessed your social media, it's time for strategic planning. It isn't a one-size-fits-all approach. It's a tailored strategy designed to achieve your specific goals. Whether you're looking to boost brand awareness, drive sales, or engage with your audience on a deeper level, I create a roadmap of success for you. And I specialize in those first critical 30, 60, 90 days of your social media journey, where you start seeing significant growth, and I and my team are there with you along the entire way. It's not just about strategy, it's about action. I leverage my influence and experience to promote brands and businesses. Social media just isn't a place for pretty posts. It's a platform where influence can be harnessed to drive growth. Collaborating with me, and you'll tap into a network of potential customers who trust and engage my content. When we work together, I will help you succeed. My team will help you succeed. And we will turn your social media presence from a question mark into an exclamation point. So whether you're an individual looking to boost your brand or a business thriving to search new heights, remember that social media just isn't an option, it's a necessity. And that's how brands are built. So here's what I want to do for everybody watching me today, since you're all there watching. I want to give you something for free. I want to give you something of value because it's important to do that when you're out there today. Anyone that goes to Iron Ranger 023, all one word, Iron Ranger 023 profile on Instagram, TikTok, or Facebook, and follows me and then message me the word Royal, R-O-Y-A-L, I'm going to give you a free class on how to navigate the basics of Instagram and TikTok, and I'll email you the PDF right over. Also, one last thing I want to do for everyone. I have a group of over 100 trusted brands and businesses who I personally vetted and have joined an Instagram group to grow their accounts. I normally charge $250 for a lifetime membership, but I'm going to reduce that today for everyone here. I'm going to make it $150 for anyone here today that sees this. I'm doing that for you because I want you to have the opportunity to see this. It will boost your algorithm and help you be seen, and it will help people when they do go and search you see that there's a qualified group of people commenting on your posts, and they're not just bots. If you do decide to do that today, go to Instagram, Iron Ranger 023, and message me the word group, or you can find Brands and Businesses group in my website. I've lowered the group post just for you guys for the day. Many of the speakers here today are actually in that group. So as promised, I promised you the secret sauce. I promised you what was going to bind us all together, and I'm going to finish my speech here because I know I'm about to run over if I don't. They all understood that social media just isn't about posting pictures of avocado toast, but who can resist that, right? It's about recognizing opportunities, forging connections, and turning your online presence into a powerful force, whether your heart desires it, whether it be for your business, whether it be for creativity, or simply making more friends than your mom ever thought possible. So a big round of applause for all of you for joining the League of Tech Savvy Adventurers. You cracked the code into thriving in this digital age. And it's not just about brunch picks, although those are hard to resist. Whether you're pondering my services for audit, strategic guidance, or promotions, or even offbeat humor, yes, I promise no more avocado jokes. Remember that your journey is just beginning. It's a journey filled with hashtag emojis and the occasional virtual dances. Thank you for being an amazing audience, and thank you for being you. You are so powerful. I look forward to connecting with each one of you in this digital realm. Together, let's make social media not just a platform, but a stage for humor, friendships, unexpected surprises. Stay curious, stay connected, and mostly stay fabulous. Thank you, guys and gals. I appreciate you. Love you so much. I look forward to talking with you soon.
Are you an innovative entrepreneur or business owner ready to embrace the future of business transformation?
The world is evolving at an unprecedented pace, and it's crucial to adapt and pivot towards success in this dynamic landscape. At the Hello LLC, we are dedicated to guiding you through this transformative journey, offering a comprehensive suite of services that extend beyond the metaverse and 3D immersive experiences.
Our mission is to empower businesses and brands by assisting them in building, branding, systemizing, and automating their operations. We specialize in steering businesses from a two-dimensional existence to a thriving three-dimensional presence, where opportunities abound.
We help businesses harness the power of technology to work smarter, not harder, enabling them to operate efficiently and stay ahead of the curve. Our diverse range of services includes:
Our Biz in a Box is a complete business solution package designed to jumpstart your entrepreneurial journey. From strategic planning to digital infrastructure, we've got you covered. Your one app, one tap solution.
Our Motion Work AI videos transform your brand storytelling with our cutting-edge AI-driven video production, captivating your audience like never before.
Our 3D VR environments will step you into the future of immersive experiences. With our custom 3D virtual reality environments that engage and captivate your customers.
Lastly, in our Pivot membership program, we offer tailored guidance and support to either show you, teach you, or take care of the transformation process for you.
According to a 2023 study by Fundera, a staggering 28% of small businesses in the United States do not have an online presence. This statistic underscores the importance of embracing digital transformation. Having a website is more than just an online presence, it's a gateway to unlocking numerous benefits, including reaching a broader audience, showcasing your products or services, generating leads and sales, establishing trust, providing customer support, and maintaining competitiveness within your industry.
The Hello LLC is committed to helping you excel in all these aspects of modern business, not just limited to the metaverse alone.
Why should you choose the Hello LLC to navigate this transformational journey?
By partnering with us and harnessing cutting-edge technology, you can provide immersive experiences for your customers, expand your global reach, reduce operational costs, and enhance brand recognition, all while working with a company that holds integrity in high regard. Our commitment to ethical and principled business practices ensures that your journey towards success is not only innovative, it is also firmly rooted in trust and transparency.
Don't wait. Take the first step towards a brighter business future. Contact us today to explore how we can support you in developing a remarkable digital presence and immersive experience that will leave a lasting impression.
Hello, I'm Dr. Alice Duncan, your experienced healthcare ally, mental health advocate, and the innovative mind behind Brand AI Digital Health. I've dedicated over 3 decades to healthcare, specifically focusing on mental health, a field that's not only underrepresented but often misunderstood. I've witnessed the hurdles many encounter when grappling with mental health issues, challenges that are too often magnified by societal stigma and a lack of visible symptoms. Moreover, the mental health sector is often plagued by understaffing and insufficient funding, creating an endless loop of unmet needs. But there is hope. I firmly believe that AI has the potential to be a watershed moment for mental health care. It can make treatment more accessible, less expensive, and remarkably efficient. That's why I established Brand AI Digital Health, where we combine the strengths of AI with the intricacies of mental health care. We are rolling out a wide array of resources like AI Tales, ComIC, blogs, podcasts, webinars, and books, just to name a few. These resources will bring you comprehensive care and up-to-date knowledge. In addition, we've assembled an exclusive circle of psychiatrists to collaborate and contribute to AI's role in healthcare. We're not just adopting technology. We want to actively help shape it to suit the demands of modern mental health care. We're also creating focused online communities for peer support, so you can share, learn, and heal together. Join us at Brand AI Digital Health. Let's revolutionize mental health care for the better, one click at a time. Check out the Brand AI membership today and get exclusive access to this amazing content.
I can see you hurting. I've been through the same thing. Baby, don't you worry, I got you. I just wanna know you. Tell me all your secrets. Looking like you need it. 'Cause I got you. I got you. 'Cause I got you.
Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests and members of the Royal Influencers Organization, I want to thank you for inviting me to this virtual conference. It has been going great, right? It has been going great. I would like to thank Ramona Rogers, owners and CEO of the Royal Influencers Organization, right? For bringing us together to share our experiences and knowledge. This is amazing, amazing, amazing. So as you know, I was introduced before. I'm Yvonne Robinson Jackson, and I am excited to be here today. Are you excited to be here? Are you excited to be here with this lineup of speakers, guys? I'm so excited. I am so excited. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. As a seasoned career coach, I specialize in working with professional leaders, executives, and those going through career transition, be it in your current field or you're venturing into entrepreneurship. Beyond individual coaching, my proficiency lies or it expands to supporting businesses in their quest to amplify your brand awareness and lead generation through strategic LinkedIn engagement. Now, I want you to learn a little bit more about me. So if you'd like to do that, visit meetcoachyvonne.com. That is my digital business card. And when you go there, you see all my website, my digital spaces and places. But today, I want to dive deep into a topic which is very dear to me, right? This is a topic that has become increasingly relevant in today's dynamic market. Now, it is about pivoting in career and business. Pivoting. So let's talk about it, okay? We're going to talk about what pivoting means, why pivot, and the actionable steps, the steps. You know, I used to be a teacher, so I talk about steps. I give you the blueprint, and I'm going to give it to you today. The steps and tools that you need to do this. So what does pivoting mean? Now, it's a fundamental change. It's fundamentally changing the direction of a business when you realize that the current processes, products, and services are not meeting the needs of your consumers. It involves strategically changing your business and your product or your market. In the influencer world, and you'll hear this a lot of time, people talk about, I'm rebranding. I'm rebranding. Everybody is rebranding. But many believe that rebranding means changing colors, logos, websites. No, it is not so. It involves a fundamental change in how you do business. A fundamental change in how you do business that will elevate your purpose, your people, and your profits. Purpose, people, and profits. Pivoting is not just about switching, the product, but it also involves revising the way a company delivers its value to its customers. After the age of 30, I changed careers 5 times, around 5 or 6 times, but at least 5 times. For some, maybe you change 6 times or more. I changed my career in 2006 to become a technical recruiter at Mindwire Systems, Brain Hunter, Canada, and I stayed the course until I became the Senior Director of Professional Staffing. So I career pivoted many times, and before that, I career pivoted too. So do not be afraid to pivot, and every time I pivot, I elevated. I'm talking about elevate. There is no shame in pivoting. You are not a quitter, okay? Anybody out there who thinks that they're a quitter? You are not a quitter. You're changing direction. You're preventing yourself from going over a cliff. You know when you drive, You know, you drive around and drive around and drive around, and sometimes you get lost, right? And you reach the curb. You got to turn around. You got to make a 180. That's very important. So today I want to talk about why people pivot and what it means to pivot and actionable steps that you need to consider when pivoting, right? So they pivot because you're not meeting the customer's needs. There might be lack of demand for your product, for your current products or services. We talked about that. And you may need to pivot. So in business, new opportunities come, they arise. Look at what is happening today with AI, with ChatGPT. If you're not career pivoting, or if you're not business pivoting and doing something, then you are going to be left behind. In your career, you may need deeper job satisfaction. You feel unappreciated. You need to adjust personal realities and tap into the booming industries, or simply shake off inertia of a stagnant career. There might be a non-alignment with your values and your interests, and you might need to pivot. The market conditions, I just spoke about that. I spoke about something like ChatGPT and AI. Everybody's talking about that. Now, it is very important. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that part. I want to give you the actionable steps. I want to give you the blueprint, because I spent years of my early experience as a senior lecturer or professor at the University of Technology in Jamaica. Google it, it's there. And I started out as a teacher, as a grade school teacher, because I went to Teachers College for 3 years. So I'm not going to leave you without some actionable steps. So what are the actionable steps, Yvonne? Now, if you are considering pivoting, you need to evaluate your current situation. So number one, you're going to evaluate your current situation. You have to take a step back and evaluate your current situation. You have to do an audit if it is your business and determine what's working and what's not working. If it is in your career, you need to evaluate your current situation, and it is called soul searching. Search your soul, because you have to sit down and look what is working and what is not working. And I'm going to give you a tool. It is called a SWOT analysis. It was developed by Albert Humphrey in 1960, 63 years ago. So if you have ever heard about SWOT analysis, it's older than some of you. It's just not older than me. So I've learned about SWOT analysis for more than 60 years. It's a planning tool that many businesses use. And if you are in business, you should be doing a SWOT analysis. And if you're a career professional, you should be doing a SWOT analysis. What we're talking about SWOT, what does that mean? You have to evaluate your strengths and your weaknesses. Strengths and weaknesses are internal. Then you look at the opportunities and threats. Opportunities and threats are external. So you're going to make use of the opportunities, and you are going to thwart the threats. It's something that you have to sit down and do, and you map it out on paper. You do your brainstorming. And if you are a career professional or even a business person and do not know how to do that, I'm going to send you somewhere, write it down, go to YouTube and look for a channel called Goal Inspired Career Coaching. I have a video there that talks about personal SWOT analysis example. It gives you